Okay, last time. You were in your mansion. You were visited by Amelia Devil Dance, your old friend. She let you know that she had arrived quickly, quicker than she thought, because of favorable winds and for plot reasons.
I wasn't gonna say it.
And people teleport around where they need to be. Game of Thrones. That's the last Game of Thrones joke on this channel, I swear.
Give it 30 minutes.
Give it 30 minutes. So she said that basically she had brought his body back. She's going to have a funeral. You all got a map from Orpheus, which you can see right here on the table. A map of Smolder Peak Valley. A general lay of the land. You're not sure how recent it is, but basically giving the real 5 primary forces within this valley that's usually at war with each other, or at least in very tense relationships. And that would be of humans, hobgoblins, dwarves.
Sorry, real quick. Humans in Volcus, right?
Yes.
Hobgoblins in Zagora. We have mountain dwarves in Magmir. Is that?
Yeah.
We have yak folk, right?
Yeah.
In Tarmaka.
Oh, I can't wait to go on a yak tour.
We have fire giants. This is our goal right here, ladies and gentlemen. Is Svarog are where the fire giants are, and we're like all the way over here. So,
So the party basically made all of their arrangements. They got all of their special mounts, and they arrived. Or rather, they all teleported together with all of their mounts and everything to Agwe, and with final preparations, they made their way. They left the city behind, and they had spent so many weeks and an entire arc into the frontier. The road continued, and they crossed the massive bridge crossing the river that led into the Smolder Peaks. And as they were not too far into this area, they came across a strange sight enters through the wood and these large wagons, and they saw some humanoids, some medium-sized humanoids if you're using D&D rules, and saw that they were humans, Aarakocra and Dragonborn. They were none other than the caravan members, the gang that practiced not just in the drug Dune Spice, but also in slavery. They had been run out of town after slavery was basically outlawed in the city, thanks in no small part to the efforts of our heroes here, but they continued their practices. The party swooped in, slaughtered most of them, interrogated one with some charming spells.
oh my god!
I forgot that Nikki just fucking killed them all.
I knocked out like 6 of them. And Eldritch Blast!
They all fucking got murked.
Oops. You partake in the slave trade, you get absolutely
no mercy.
You get my justice.
And set the other one free. And then as Vanders was picking the lock,
a hag's justice.
as Vanders was finally done picking the lock, Annulin heard on the wagon for the slaves. Annulin heard a voice inside her head that said, "Oh, it's been so long since I've shed the blood of a giant." Scene. You've heard that in your head.
Oh, scene.
Scene. And now
Industry terms.
And now we begin the session. You just heard this in your head.
I'm gonna look behind me. What?
So you're still picking the lock?
I believe I completed picking the lock.
You completed picking the lock.
Because I was asking about the make, and he said it was a big lock, and it was
Who's
very
closest
fascinating to me.
I would say whoever probably wrote it next to me.
What did you say?
Did I say what?
It feels so good to be awake again!
Are you okay? You keep doing this thing.
Wait, me? No, I think I was asking if he was done picking his lock.
Yeah, I'm done with the lock. Sorry, I'm Vandrus. I'm done with the lock. It's massive. It's a very fascinating piece of... I can't believe they'd be able to fashion something out of this. I've just never seen anything like it. I
think there's still somebody here.
What?
Huh? Whoa.
I keep hearing a voice.
Invisible? I whip out my sword.
I'm gonna pull a bow.
If I was only
Look
level
around
14,
towards, like, the tree
I would
line.
blind
Yes, how will we be shooting today, Master? What is your name?
I'm gonna toss the bow out.
It flies out and clatters on the ground.
I don't really want to be the person to say this, but I will. Why are you being so weird?
It's talking.
No, it's not.
Annulin, are you all right? You seem to be unraveling.
Wait.
Are you saying I'm unhinged?
No, that's Vinny. Vinny's unhinged. You're just unraveling a little bit.
You don't hear that?
We don't hear anything.
We've only been traveling. Orpheus, the purple tiefling, who's also traveling with the party, steps forward and says, like, we've only been traveling for 2 weeks and you're already breaking. It's going to be a lot longer of a journey, darling.
Yeah, it's not saying anything.
Wait, so the voices you heard, it was your weapon?
I think it's talking about shooting things.
I try to listen real hard for
It
it.
does sound kind of friendly, but...
Make a persuasion check. Not a persuasion check, a perception check.
Oh. First die roll of the night, ladies and gentlemen. That is... Perception. 18.
You don't hear shit.
I'm gonna go over and nudge it with my toe and...
As soon as your toe makes contact, you're ah! And then as soon as you move the toe away, the voice goes out of your head.
I'm gonna put my hand on it.
It's like you're unmuting it.
Switch to talk.
Who will we slay today, master? Who is the great strength which now wields me?
Me? Are you talking to me?
Me! That is a very unique name! I am the Strongbow!
Oh my god, I can't.
Are you alright?
It's talking to me.
I don't hear it.
I think you're talking to you.
I'm gonna have to agree with Sylvie on this one. Are you sure you're feeling alright?
What's it saying?
It's calling me master.
Okay, no, it's definitely not. She's going
What
nuts.
are you?
I'm a gnome. That's rude.
No.
Don't shush me. She's talking to a freaking bow.
No, hold on.
I am the bow that slays giants!
No, it's not saying anything at all.
It's the bow that slays giants.
Because
It just told you that.
Yeah. Well,
Annulin, don't listen. No, she's going absolutely nuts, Rodak. Of course it's a bow that slays giants. She just killed one.
I guess they also did call it didn't they call it the giant slaying bow when they gave it to me?
They referred to it
Okay.
killing ents and giants and ogres.
Maybe I'm just mentally constructing something to deal with this breakdown.
I have to say it's you know that's only information we only already heard. It's kind of tough for us to really understand where you're coming from here without any kind of proof. I'm not gonna flat out call you a liar. I mean, we've seen some pretty fucked up stuff in our time together here, but a talking weapon.
I have an idea. If it really talks, this will be the way to know. Hold it above your head. I'm gonna stand behind you. I'm gonna hold fingers out. You don't look at me. You keep eyes with Rodak, and then you tell the bow to tell you how many fingers I'm holding up behind you.
Can it see?
Can you see?
No! I killed!
Oh no. It kills.
What?
Okay, so no, she's definitely crazy because, it miraculously can't see, but it can talk.
It's also telling her to kill.
Do you mind if I speak with it?
Here.
I think Rodak got whatever Annulin has.
Hello?
Oh my
Hello?
god, Rodak has
Are
whatever
you
Annulin has.
Mr. Strongbow? That was his name?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Mr. Bow, are you in there?
Oh no.
Anything?
Oh no. Vandress, I think that they had some kind of disease.
Well, I'm certainly no medic, and if that's the case, then it's only a matter of time.
No,
for you to catch it.
I'm not hearing anything. I think
I'm gonna sit down on the ground. Are you alive?
There's the strong hands of my master!
I jump every time she jumps.
It seems like I can only hear it when I'm holding it.
Don't part with me, master!
Okay. Are you alive? Do you have a name?
My name is the Strongbow!
Oh, so we're okay. So it's the name is Strongbow.
Did it hear anything that Rodak was saying to it?
Could you hear my buddy here, Rodek?
Which buddy? Was he as weak as that Etin that we slayed together?
Well, no, he's pretty strong. It's the stout one.
I don't know what you're talking about!
Oh, I guess you can't see him.
I haven't been awake in hundreds of years!
It's a long time. He's been asleep for 100 years or more.
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
How do we feel about this?
I
hate.
swear I'm not crazy.
Wait, hold on.
I hate that I was even gonna suggest this, but well, no, go ahead.
No. You go ahead, but we may have a better option.
Orpheus, have you seen anything or heard of anything like this before?
Am I being treated as the 5th party member?
Don't get too comfortable. We'll see.
Are you saying it's a sentient weapon?
Well,
No, it doesn't glow.
Wait,
should it be glowing? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's what it
Well,
means.
it could, but
If
it's
something,
not.
if like a room has a nice sentience, it like glows and feels homey and
Oh,
stuff.
like smells good. Like scent.
Oh yeah, maybe,
sentient.
sure.
Is that an ambiance?
What? No, I'm not talking about those. Those are weird little ground gremlins.
Is it?
I think I've killed one of those.
Probably. They're awful.
No. If you don't mind giving me just like 10 minutes,
We do.
and you just place the ball on the ground and let me
I don't
touch it,
think we
if you
have.
don't mind.
I don't think we have 10
I'm gonna
minutes.
put you down
Hermione.
Don't part with me, master!
Oh, it's begging.
No, you hold it. You take care of the prisoners.
Oh, fine.
What if I leave
And
my
I
hand
will,
on
if
it?
you don't mind. Luckily, I had a come to Moradin moment,
No,
and
her
I can
mind
do
is,
this.
Her mind is rapidly deteriorating.
I'm
And
just
my
gonna
ring
leave
starts to glow.
just
Oh,
a finger
God.
on it. I'll put it down, but leave my finger on
I'm
it.
gonna, for the next
Strange.
11 minutes, I'm going to cast Identify on it.
I will tend to the prisoners.
Okay.
And check them, make sure
We're all
they're not
groaning.
like.
We're having a moment over here.
Yeah, I'll try to reassure them we're here to save you. We're not crazy. It's okay.
Well,
Try to ask them where they're from, where they came from,
Yeah.
get just general information.
while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go off into the woods and do something by myself. And then I'm just gonna run off into the woods.
Okay. Oh, that sounds fun! Can I come help? I don't want to be a hero and save all of these prisoners.
Yeah, okay, hurry!
And so Orpheus walks off. And as he walks off, Sylvia, I want you to make a insight check. And
Insight, you say?
Yep.
Fuck. 10.
10. You both walk off into the woods, and he follows you wherever you go. And Vandris, while Rodek and Annulin are sitting hunched together, you pick both of the padlocks. Once you get the first one, the second one on the wagon is very easy to pop off. Slowly but surely, you see movement get more and more steady inside as these captives eventually all kind of lean forward and try to push each other past each other to get out of this cage. And I'll say that you're able to calm them down and get them all out. And you see that most of these individuals are human, and of a variety of different complexion and build, but all of them seem to be a bit hardier than the standard human, as they all kind of push past you and go, "Oh, thank you. God's bless you, God's bless you." And you manage to get all of the captives out of these wagons. And in total, there are 16 humans. And there, however, is one figure in the back that just continues to sit. And it's hunched over with the ragged hood over its head, and seems to be shorter and squatter than the others, with some strands of gray hair running down from beneath the hood.
I guess what I'll do is introduce myself. My name is Vandris Truestrike, and I'm a hero, not for hire, just a regular hero, so I'm here to help. I hate to do this to all of you because I don't know where all of you are from. And I don't have a lot of supplies to really give all of you. I know there's some neighboring towns not too far away, if you might be able to make it there. If what I'm saying is upsetting any of you, then instead my name is Rodek Stonehearth, and you can take it up with me, when you get to the next town over. But try not to, and then I'll notice the figure in the back, and are you all right?
I'm fine.
He has a bag over his head.
It's
He's a
Rodek.
hood.
Oh, he's just got a hood. He's not like manacled or stuff.
No. So they were all they were so fastened in the cage that they didn't even bother with binding them. So he
Okay.
just has a kind of ratty, like burlap hood.
Has he left the cage, or he's just
Nope,
sitting in the
he's
cage?
sitting in there.
So this is Brodak Hearthstone then.
Can I help you, sir, out of the cage? Are you feeling all right? I'm gonna walk over.
I'm alive, and then all of the human prisoners. Oh, thank you, it's Vandrus or Rhoda, whatever your name is.
No, it's Vandrus if you like me. It's Vandrus if you're happy.
It's Vandrus.
I don't have much to spare. I'll see if I can take out some rations and try to divvy them up.
Okay.
We're making a long journey. I'm explaining what's happening. We can't escort you back. Blah 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 blah.
So eventually, all of these individuals kind of step out. They all look, and they all go down to each of you and are thanking you, Anulin, and Rodak, as you're doing the magic. And as you step forward, you approach this figure, and you get closer and closer. And as you turn around, you see a bulbous nose, a thick gray beard coming down, and seemingly burned along one side of the head. You see an older dwarven gentleman who seems to be sitting down and with something clutched tight in his palm.
Is the wound fresh, or is it looking scarred like
It
old?
is scarred. I also made a medicine check.
Oh boy, well, that is not my forte.
Would someone refer to him as the dog?
Yes.
I got a 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell how fresh. It doesn't look like a really old burn.
Okay.
But it definitely looks. It isn't like completely fresh. I'll say.
Are you sure you're not wounded? We might be able to help you with some medicine or something.
Yeah. You got any whiskey?
I
Yeah.
I look into my pack. I believe I have some liquor. It's not the Orpheus booze. That's all gone.
It's probably that fine
unfortunately.
Orpheus.
No, it's all gone, unfortunately. I'll take out like a small bottle of liquor and just offer it to him.
That last bottle.
You're welcome to help yourself.
Hey, thanks, lad. And he grabs it and he stands up. You see, as the hood falls back, you see a dwarven gentleman, probably a good 4 or 5 inches shorter than Rodak. Half of his head seems to be completely burned, and there's just this ragged gray hair that hangs down from the other side that isn't burned. You see that he has these dark eyes that look at you, and he still has his one hand completely clutched on something as he grabs the booze, and he says, "Well, where are we sitting?"
With the hand that he is not holding the liquor bottle in, I'm gonna offer my hand and say, "My name is Vandrus."
He's gonna eye
That'll
your hand. Helgrim Goldbeard. At least it used to be gold. And he nods and just kind of walks past you.
Well, we can probably set up a place to sit as he's walking away from me. Over there, we can make a makeshift. The rest of my group is kind of scattered about. All right. And I'll just kind of walk out and like see if I can gather everybody around. And again, I try to make it clear to them that we're in the process of a journey and we can't escort them back somewhere regrettably, but we'll offer any help that we can while we're here and just kind of talk to them and get to know where they're from and things.
I'll say you make just a general persuasion check at advantage because you
Hopefully.
saved them. And Sylvie, you are skipping through the woods.
Well, I'm looking for things specifically.
Yes.
So
So
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
speaking with small beasts to kind of have them help
21.
21.
have them help track things down. I'm looking for a deer skull.
Okay.
I'm looking for small animal bones.
Okay.
I'm looking for a large sheet of like moss blanketing, dead leaves, and twigs. With Orpheus's help and the help of animals.
What would be some animals that you would find in the forest?
Yeah, Mike. What is the local flora and fauna of the area?
What's the biome?
What would you say? So if I were going to buy a diamond, say worth 300 gold.
You are in a temperate, deciduous forest that is kind of leading more towards a coniferous forest, I would
It's
say.
like right on the edge.
Kind of right on the cusp.
I'm
And
already so impressed.
you find a rather plump possum.
What phylum is that?
Yeah.
How
old would this possum be?
marsupials. I don't know if that's a phylum.
It's not.
I don't either. That's the only thing I remember from like 6th grade biology is kingdom, phylum, whatever it is.
So
I find a plump
Good
possum,
night,
yes.
Lungard.
you find a plump possum, and he seems to actually make an animal handling check for me.
For my speak with small beasts?
How do you know? What are you gonna say to him?
Natural 20 anyway.
Okay.
But,
You're like,
Hello, Possum. You are so incredibly plump in this coniferous forest. I need you to find for me.
and then I'm going to list off all of my things. I have a little scroll that I wrote down.
If you could just point me in these directions. If you have danced over a carcass, that would be great. I just need to know where it is. If you happen to know where some bones, maybe that would be lovely too. And then the moss is especially important.
I'm imagining it hanging by its tail from a branch.
Yes.
In overalls.
So what
In
happens
overalls.
as you're skipping through? Orpheus is trudging, and he's like, "Oh, this is far less fun than I thought." Oh God! And he nearly runs into the possum.
No, be careful. His name's Stuart.
And with that animal handling check, he completely understands, and your racial ability, he completely understands what you're doing. And Orpheus looks down at you and says, "What do we need these things for?"
Oh, you will see. Will you help me carry them?
I don't have anything better to do.
You look like you have bone hands. I mean, like bone-carrying hands.
I'm putting my gloves back on. And
No, it was a compliment, I promise.
he's like, these weren't new, and you see he has like these like
Your hands?
beautiful
Oh, I can
velvet
tell.
red gloves.
God, I hate him so much.
These are very old. I happened to save them from when you stabbed me 1,000 times.
Are you talking about your skin?
Yes.
I know your hands aren't new. You're an old man. Anyway, will you carry my
That
bones?
old.
You're older than me.
How old do I look?
At least older than my dad. Anyway, I don't have
How old is
time
your
for this.
dad?
I don't know, like 700 or something.
Let's go find these pine cones.
I don't want pine cones, damn it! I should have brought Vandress.
And I'm gonna follow the possum.
Make a nature check at advantage.
I got a 17 and an 18. But let me tell you what my nature is. Okay, that's a 20.
A 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
I will say you're able to find
All of it?
a rotting deer carcass.
Cool.
You find
Prestidigitation.
you find the bones of a
I'm gonna take the sinew from the rotting
Yeah.
deer carcass as well, yeah.
The side
find
naturally.
the remains
Naturally.
of a goblin camp. it
Okay,
seems.
perfect. I take a lot of their
And
bones.
you find the bones of a raccoon. It looks like.
And I'm gonna take those bones too.
And there's a little name tag that says Jeremy written in goblin.
I'm gonna look at it. Ew, gross. And I'm gonna toss that, but then I'm gonna take the rest of it.
You do that.
No, I'm gonna pick up the name tag and put it in my bag.
Okay, you do that. That's canon now.
That's coming back on my
I was hoping you'd throw it away.
Nope.
And you manage to find, there's not like a blanket of moss, but you're able to find like swaths of trees that have a good amount
Yeah, I'm
of
gonna
moss.
like take a bunch of moss patches.
And I feel like the rest was pretty basic, right?
Yeah, just like
Some
leaves
leaves
and
and
sticks.
Leaves, yeah, you should be able to find it. And so as you're walking, Orpheus, he seems a bit distracted and he's looking through the woods.
Are you uncomfortable about the fact that I knew how old you were?
Well, I'm more uncomfortable with how old you think I am.
I've seen you without any hair.
I just wondered.
That's what I imagine you as all the time now.
Well, I'm glad.
You had wrinkly scalp skin.
Well, it's hidden now.
I know, thank God.
Thank the gods is right.
I was thinking of one in particular.
Which one?
I don't know, whichever one is the god of wrinkly scalps.
I pray to the gods that there is no god with a wrinkly scalp.
There is.
Well, I was never a godly man. Anyways, do you think that Dragonborn that you let live is far from here?
We let a dragonborn live? Oh, yeah.
You sent him walking.
Well, I didn't really want to, but I gave everyone the ability to let him. Yeah, why?
Well, he just mentioned that the Frita was contacting home. His eyes kind of widen a little bit, and as they look off,
Yes, Orpheus, and what does that mean to you?
Well, it just means that she's contacting the elemental plane of fire. It's been a long time.
And it will be a longest time more.
You're right.
You can't have magic because you're a bad tiefling.
And I'm gonna smack his hand.
Come over here.
He takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
No, I have 0 strength.
It's the minimum of 1, isn't it? He takes negative, he heals for 1.
It's 1 plus your strength modifier.
So 1. Yes, of course.
But if things play out well, and you prove that you are redeemed, is that how you say it? Redeemed is redeemed. Whatever, I read books.
Should be returned.
Anyway, if you prove that you're redeemed, then maybe if we do something really nice for her sister, then she'll give us a wish. Unless her sister was the Afrita that you had captured. It was, wasn't it, you sly old dog?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, you're fucked. Anyway, we got all the things I wanted. Let's go back to the camp now.
Maybe helping out with the captives will make me redeemer, Dirk.
What?
And you walk back. And, Identify finishes casting.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so warm!
You feel that?
If it's a magic item or some magic-imbued object, I learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any. I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, I learn which spell created it.
Ooh.
I will say that you know that this is a magical bow of giant slaying. You know that as soon as an arrow leaves its string and is fired from this bow, it basically, and at a giant kin, it lands with such tremendous force. It's almost like it's getting punched by a massive massive stone fist, and it needs to resist being knocked down. As it's almost as if there's a swirling element around the arrows when they got in proximity to the Etten. You're now understanding what that was, and you understand that it is related to the giant's blood within the creature.
Was that a physical thing that we could see?
Yeah, it was kind of like this, the magical effect, similar to how Rodak has his King Krem's curse and all that sort of stuff, and Edward's final chapter and all of those kind of magical effects to your weapons that all 4 of you have. That was a very faint, visible effect. And I would also say that you would know that there is absolutely a consciousness inside of the bow. That it is very clearly a sentient weapon. It is hard for you to say exactly which type of spell created it, because I don't fucking know. But it was definitely a very powerful ritual or type of magic.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a sense of, basically kind of prove that there's a sentience in here.
100%.
Okay.
You know by casting Identify on it. You know that it's sentient. You know that it's not cursed.
What is it?
You're right. She's not crazy. Are you with us or?
Yeah, I wouldn't be too far away.
You're not crazy.
I'd be
That's good.
No, this is a sentient weapon. It means that there's some kind of being or soul or something trapped or contained at least within this bow.
I'm so sorry I threw you.
Did you throw me? As long as I'm back in your hands, Master, and we kill giants, I am a happy bow. And a strong bow! Are you strong, Master?
Turn you down. Hold on. Sorry.
You don't have to call me Master.
Oh, I will be a happy and a strong bow, me!
What?
Your name is me, isn't it, Master?
You told it it's your name was me.
What's your name? He said, me?
Who, me? My name is Annulin.
Annulin! A very strong human name!
I'm actually an elf.
What?
Oh boy.
Outrageous!
I'm sorry, does that offend you?
Unheard of! No! I'm just impressed!
Oh,
I didn't know elves had the guts to kill giants!
well, yeah, I guess we do.
Well, you're strong enough to awaken Strongbow, so you're strong enough to be my master. What giants shall we kill next?
Well,
Thank you for the sub, EMK
Thank
Hansen. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
we're actually traveling to a bunch of giants.
May we kill them, master?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea. I mean, maybe not all of them. We were gonna maybe try to sneak around, but I'm sure we'll get a couple.
As long as the arrows fired from this bow may taste the blood of filthy giants, I will stay awake.
Okay.
But until then, I must slumber, master. I will call on you when you prove that you are as strong as the Strongbow.
Wait, how do I do that?
Kill!
I want to die.
I want to die.
I think it's sleeping or something.
What was all that? What does it say?
Oh, it wants. It's kind of creepy. It wants to kill giants, like, a lot.
Does it?
Yeah.
That sounds like a good weapon to have.
Yeah, I mean, given what we're doing, I think it's pretty on point. But
Well, I didn't sense any kind of curse or anything, so I don't think it's going to be... Hopefully it's not nefarious. And I don't
seems
think...
pretty friendly. Maybe a touch racist, but very friendly.
Well, I think it's just... If he says anything at all that seems malevolent, let us know, please, because...
Like, aside from kill!
Well, if he wants to kill giants, that's fine, but if he starts saying, like, kill the child...
Kill the child.
If it sounds anything like that, just let us know, because it shouldn't sound like that.
Okay.
And so I think it's Vandris, and I'll run up.
Yeah,
She's not crazy. No, it's a sentient weapon.
What do you mean? You know? Yeah, I thought you couldn't hear it.
Well, I can't hear it, but I cast Identify. I prayed to Moradin, and he through his great power,
So your god essentially helped you know for sure that she's... Again, I don't think she's lying, but that there's something inside the weapon.
My god told me that the weapon wasn't cursed, and that it did what Vito told us it would do, and that it was a sentient weapon.
Well, if it isn't cursed, and it can only help, I guess, be an extra brain and talk to us, I don't see really the problem. I mean, does it want anything, or does it just exist? I don't really understand how this works.
It seems like it can sense giants and giantkin.
Oh my
I didn't
goodness.
really notice it before, but when we came up on the span, it was, I don't know, swirly. I guess I thought it was dust or pollen, coniferous pollen.
Well, I guess if it knows about giants or it's good against giants, then we're in the right place.
I think he could be a valuable ally.
Ah.
Or she, or whomever.
Well,
I mean,
Andulin's
when
certainly
I
not going to
struck
give up
that
your bow.
one Enton, it was, I felt like I hit it harder than I've ever hit anything before.
Interesting.
Well,
And it's at this point that you hear a voice echo through the trees. It says, well, good thing it's not allergy season. As
that happens, you watch as both Orpheus and I walk out of the underbrush. We have a moss cloak hanging about both of us. He has a goblin skull perched atop his head. Both of our hairs are matted and tied in with little animal bones and leaves and twigs. And you find like little animal pieces perched throughout it. And as I walk in, I go,
I'm a hag now.
You look like you've been gone a week.
No, we were just out in the woods collecting my new outfit.
Oh, that's lovely.
This is like a makeover?
And I'm like hunched over and like walking towards them very haggish.
I had no part in this.
Of course you did.
You look like you had quite a part in it.
Well, he didn't want me to dress him up, but I convinced him through magic. It looks really nice. Me too. He hates it.
What was the dwarf's name?
Halgrim.
Halgrim.
Yes, so now that I am no longer a child of Titania, I figure I should start getting used to my new lot in life. And I have accepted that I am no longer a gnome, but I am a hag.
That's very mature of you.
No.
Oh.
So you're not a gnome?
No, I am a hag.
Can you be both?
It doesn't make you a hag.
Orpheus, can you be a gnome and a hag at the same time?
Well, I'm no biologist, but I don't think so.
That's exactly what I thought. Yes, I can.
Well,
but I am not one.
I just think just because your patron's a hag doesn't mean that you have to be. You're still Sylvie. You're still a gnome.
I didn't change my name, Rodak.
But my point is, you're still the same person. And just because it's Baba Yaga that gives you your magic and not Titania, that doesn't mean it has to be, you that changes.
I just changed my clothes, bro.
My point is, you don't even have to do that just to fit in. You be you, Sylvie.
Do I look like I fit in with you right now?
Well,
no,
no,
I'm covered in animal pieces.
I think maybe you're trying to fit in with the whole Baba Yaga thing.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I kind of want to make sure she doesn't kill me or my friends.
Super cool Baba Yaga.
I have to say, Sylvie, I don't pretend to be wise man.
I know. I'm so glad you made that statement. So anyway, what I was trying to say is that I'm not trying to make her like me. Obviously.
And I like toss my hair, but it like falls limply because it's like covered in grime and full of stuff.
But obviously, she likes me already, or she wouldn't have been like, oh, she's like the child of the stars, and like everybody's favorite gnome, and her family is gonna really regret the day that they were mean to her. So that's not my concern. It's that I'm dark and dreary now. I've seen some shit. Alright? And Titania is not my patron anymore, and I have to accept that all that bright pink and everything, that's just not who I am now. So I'm gonna go listen to some Panic at the Disco and write in my notebook.
So you won't wear your old outfit even on Wednesdays.
And I like open up my outfit and I'm still wearing like my beautiful Christine outfit underneath.
Can you just let it go? God, Dad!
And like close it and I just go sit in the corner.
Alright, that's fine.
That was literally all I was doing.
I think you'll all be happy to know that the prisoners are okay and they love us now.
Who?
The prisoners, all of the people. I checked to make sure they're all right. I didn't want to assume, but there was this one like scraggly looking guy in the back. His name is Halgrim Goldenbeard. Goldenbeard?
Oh, okay.
Goldbeard.
I don't want to assume, but that sounds like a dwarf name.
No, but he might be from Magnir.
Is that a dwarf name?
He looks like a dwarf. And
Kill
I thought
him.
maybe I thought maybe you might want to just talk to him, and maybe because you might know a bit more about Magnir and where we're headed, and if he's from there, he might be able to help us get there a little bit easier.
That's a good idea.
But no, and the reason behind it is Rodak is already a stick in the mud, and we're not going to get anywhere with two sticks in the mud.
Oh, I gave him some booze. It should have loosened him up a little bit. He seemed a little rough, but he came around as soon as I gave him a little bit of liquor.
Okay, well, you know what happened the last time we gave a dwarf liquor? I got married. Annalyn, are you prepared
That's
to
right.
marry
No,
Andress?
it's very dangerous.
No, I don't
You
think
should
I wanna
take it
marry that
away.
guy.
That's too late. He's already got it. He's probably
Well,
finished it
I
off.
guess you should be prepared to say I do.
I really don't want to marry him.
Unfortunately, that is not how marriage works.
Who are you marrying?
You.
Why?
What?
Because you gave a dwarf liquor!
Let's just see
All
what
right.
happens. Man, come this way. I'll introduce all of you.
Alright.
And as you do that, Orbeez like, can someone prestidigitate me?
No.
I missed that most of all.
No,
I
you
think
are
it
part
looks
of
really
my.
nice.
You are part of my coven. We have
And
a
you
third
have
one
like
to collect.
like an earthy smell now.
Well, I guess it would be better for my skin.
We're gonna call you Papa Pavis.
I'm going to go tend
You know, it's like
to
Mother
the
Mavis, but it's with a Papa.
innocents
I actually like that.
and
Or-
the peasants.
Do you prefer Papa Pavis or Daddy Davis?
Well, include Daddy and I'll be fine with that.
Cool. His hag name is Daddy Davis.
I'm going to go the lowly peasants. I will help them.
Don't call them lowly peasants. Just make sure that they're just people. Make sure they're all right. Just
You're ragged and
Orpheus?
vile. Look at you.
Whoa, hey! Do not make me polymorph you. Do the cackle like we practiced.
I don't wanna.
I'm not letting you go near those ugly peasants unless you do.
Will you prestidigitate me if I do?
I'm not promising I will, but the answer is definitely not a no, as it is if you don't. These fingers that can prestidigitate are going into my moss cloak. They're going deeper into my moss cloak! That is way too high-pitched.
Make it more like
Make it
cackly.
gruttle.
I used to be an intimidating villain.
So do it!
Do it again. Do it first. There you go.
It's never my style. I was more like morning do-gooders. Here's my evil plan. Come and stop
If
me.
you want to be Daddy Davis and you want to go talk to those schmuck villagers, then you're gonna do this right now.
Make an intimidation check.
I think it's an 18. It is an 18.
Damn, girl.
He sighs and says,
You can do this.
performance check.
Well, you sounded like a bleeding goat, but it is at least better than what you had been doing.
You rolled a 3.
It is at least better than what you had been doing.
And I'll prestidigitate him after I pull off a bunch of the
Bravo.
stuff first and add it to my outfit.
Thank you. So
We'll
I will
practice.
help and make sure that the lowly peasants.
They're just people. Just treat them as if they're people.
Okay.
Because they are. That's what they are. They need help.
I will tend to them.
Thank you.
And he walks off.
He's my best friend.
I'm gonna take a look through the crowd and see if I can find Halgrim.
Most of the humans are going around there embracing each other. They're kind of off to the side. Some have already dozed off and they're sleeping. Others are just wolfing down whatever food that you've given them. And off on his own, sitting on a pile of weapons from the Ettins, it seems. There's a large log. And you see that Halgrim is just sitting there, and you see very much that there is only probably about 3 fingers left of the drink that you gave him.
Well, that's all right. Halgrim, sorry to bother you again. This is the rest of the group here. We have Annulin, who we recently learned is not crazy. We've got Sylvie,
That's right.
who is very, very colorful and pink.
I'm a hag.
And then we have my good friend Rodek
Well,
Stonehearth here.
Hello. How are you?
Are
Nice
you
to
a
meet
stick
you.
in the mud like the other dwarf?
I'm still extending my hand.
You
Yep,
look like a northern dwarf.
he is.
And
No,
my
I could
feet?
never be a stick in the mud like a northern dwarf.
What kind of dwarf are you?
Hey, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you call him a fucking shite?
Is he a fucking shite?
No,
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking shite.
Yeah.
Remains to be seen.
No. So where are you from?
I'm from outside of Magnier. Aye.
What did I tell you?
Do you want a foot massage?
No thanks.
Okay.
Can you lead us there? We happen to be going that way.
Ain't nothing left that way.
The giants?
What do you mean?
Oh, Magnier still there. But the village, the farm, many others burnt, gone.
By whom?
By whom? Not by whom. By what?
Well, go on.
You've been down here in the valley and you don't know.
We just got here like a couple of days ago.
You presumed I'm from the north. How would we know? From being from the north and all.
7 heads.
That's a
Me.
weird thing to say all of a sudden.
Made of fire itself. Legions of worshippers. Torgrod the Incinerator.
Torgrod?
Aye.
Okay. Did you know that incineration, it kind of means fire? It's like one of those words. Do they call it a simile? Do they call it a metaphorical? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
I peek out from under my deer skull.
I don't, child.
Oh. I just really like to use the words. Do you want a shoulder massage? Sorry, and I pull out like rat teeth that I've been keeping under my lips.
Make a persuasion
a
check.
shoulder massage? Okay. 14?
Together with Sal.
14. He looks at you and looks at his.
Let me finish a few more fingers. Finish this and then we'll talk.
You put fingers in your alcohol? That sounds like something a hag would do. I'm cool with it.
Have you
Do
seen
you
our
want some
chicken foot?
Bones, and I drop a bone into his thing. Just pluck a bone off and put it in there.
He holds it up.
Oh, okay. You like them fleshy, that's cool. Oh, you want to lick my chicken foot?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think I will.
So Magnir's still there, but the surrounding area has been this Torgod. What is it?
Is it a being?
It's a pyrohydra.
Oh, hell.
Oh, you know what that means? That means fire water. Because hydra means water. Right?
Well, does it have anything to do with water?
Yeah, hydra. Like
Would I know
fire
anything about this or
hydrant.
Make an Arcana check.
Fire hydrant.
Oh,
I just want to know if I'd ever heard of a Hydra before.
I would say you guys know what hydras are.
So this isn't like, okay.
So, but a pyrohydra, you're not sure.
Right.
what it
But a
is.
Hydra is like a creature that we would be aware of exists.
Yes.
Thanks,
You said
Rich.
Arcana.
What? Yeah.
Thank you.
18. I would say that with an 18, and from where you're from, I would say that you guys know what a hydra is. It's a multi-headed creature, reptilian, that usually lurks in the waters and hunts, and is a very vicious predator. I would say, and you maybe had heard stories around the campfire as you would see the volcanoes erupt in the smaller peaks not far from your home. Tales of maybe a pyrohydra from the realm of fire itself. Far larger, far nastier, almost seemingly made of fire itself. But you've never seen one, and you didn't even think that they were maybe not even real.
Oh. You're saying that's a real thing?
That sounds like hell.
The
Yes.
elders in my town used to tell us about that, but I thought they were just kind of fucking with us. Keep us from going too far from home.
And how recently was this? Is that where you got your bear?
It was. I barely survived. I shouldn't have. I should have stayed. But I ran like a coward. But about 2 years ago, came from the north. Thundering down all the villages outside of Magnir. We stood for a while, and then you'd hear, miles away, another one wiped out, and Torgrad would go back to the hot springs and rest until he got hungry again.
And Magnir did nothing to help.
No. They were etching for war, the Yak folk and the giants. They keep encroaching on our lands, our resources. And then Torgrad shows up. They hole up, praying to Moradin, useless, and he spits.
I don't say anything.
You don't say anything?
I don't say shit.
He worships Morden.
Well, that doesn't seem like the kind of thing we just offer up to people.
Well, but he was spitting on Rodek's god.
I feel like that's up for Rodek to decide.
I mean, he's a real baby at it, though, and he's kind of a liar, too. So I don't even know how true it is, but he said that he worships Rodek.
Just please continue.
Rude.
A foolish endeavor many young dwarves make. Even I, and the hand that he had clenched, he extends it, and he opens it up, and you see the hammer and the anvil of Moradin. A sigil, it seems, with a massive crack down the center.
Oh no.
That was yours.
Aye.
So, Magnir, they're allowed to worship Moradin.
Allowed? Encouraged? Pestered?
Aye. That's standard, probably. And you've...
That's different up north, eh?
It's a wee bit different, aye. I'm from quite a ways far north.
Whereabouts?
Have you heard of Heimdall?
I thought you all died hundreds of years ago.
Well, it's still there, as far as I know.
All sounds right, fucked.
We might as well be dead, as far as I'm concerned, but hopefully not forever.
Well, maybe Magnir will be next. Who knows? Once Torgrad runs out of villages, perhaps they'll burst down the gates of Magnir. Who knows?
Are you... Is it nearby? How close to Magnir are you?
I was thinking about heading there myself until I got picked up by those vile dragon folk that ambushed me. I'm glad you killed them.
Well, I know I said earlier that we weren't looking to really escort anyone since we have a direction mission that we're headed, but we are headed towards Magnir, so if you wanted us to escort you, we'd be happy to do it.
Well, how would Magnir take all of these humans? I do a quick... So 16 humans in their keep, would they take them in, at least for a short while?
No. They're far better off heading back from whence they came.
I did try to encourage them to go back the way we came, to closest village.
Where are they from?
They were from the villages basically in between Ogway and where you were.
Perfect.
And they seemed encouraged by that idea. There was a young woman by the name of Avora Greenfield who kind of took on a leadership role. You see her, Orpheus is talking with her, and she's kind of going around to all of the individuals. Some that are a little bit sicker. So they seem to know.
There you have it, Rodek.
Oh, so hopefully they'll be fine going back, but if you wouldn't mind, we're going this way, and if you'd like our protection, we've been through a lot, so if we happen to encounter this Hydra, it's a mere beast, right?
Aye, a beast, but not from this world. No.
Either way, I think we've dealt with worse, eh?
Not to just jump in and change the subject here a little bit, but on the topic of humans going to Magnir, how does Magnir feel about the old elves? Just tagging along for a little while.
You ain't a human.
That's true.
You ain't a hobgoblin.
Also very true.
You ain't a yak.
Not that I'm aware of.
You ain't a giant.
Nope, only about 6'2".
You're fine.
Perfect.
Okay.
That was easier than I thought.
How do they feel about hags?
She's a gnome. She's a
No,
gnome.
I'm a hag.
No, she's a gnome.
Some of the Highborn might enjoy it in a show.
Oh, Sylvie, you like shows?
I do. I write them. Have you ever heard of Vampire the Masquerade the play?
I'm lowborn.
Yeah, you
I
wouldn't have
don't
heard
watch
of it
shows.
then. Well, I wrote it.
Damn.
Well, we should get these prisoners, these former prisoners, on their way. But if you'd like to accompany us, you're more than welcome.
You got room for me in that cart?
He points over
Aye.
the cart.
Everyone else has their own animal to ride on. There's plenty of room.
I do think we might need to rest soon, though. I'm like full of arrow holes and like broken off arrows from when I
is that
snapped
ca-
them off my.
Yeah, how is it like sort of getting late in the day?
Yeah, no, it was sunset, so it's night
Right.
at this point.
Right.
A fire is made. Actually, you see the fire that the caravan left, and that's roaring. And
I don't necessarily hate the idea of maybe just, taking watch here, looking over these people, and then we get a fresh start in the morning. We send them on their way. It'll be safer for all of these prisoners to be on their way in the morning, and we can head to Magnia first thing at dawn.
This way that we came up, did it look like a traveled path, or were they kind of cutting through the first time?
the path that you were on, what seemed to be the primary path going this far south along the mountains, and it seemed as if that they probably weren't super concerned with running into anyone that would be able to stop them. Much like,
The caravan was like.
Yeah, the caravan.
Okay.
Yeah. As you see Hulgrim finish his bottle, and he looks over and says, okay, it's fine. Just a little need.
For what?
Shoulders.
You need more shoulders?
Aren't you gonna give me a little bit of a black rub?
I don't know what a black rub is.
You got any more whiskey?
I was it. That was all I had.
Do you want a foot massage?
Make a persuasion check.
I want to look around
16.
and see if there's any outcroppings that would, a place that would be hidden from the roadway that we could camp on.
16 with that, he says, oh, I know it. You can see that there's a glaze of drunkenness overcome him. The bottle he downed a shit ton, and it's seemingly hitting him. It is, mind the smell, and he pulls off his ratty shoes, and he sticks both of them on a little bit of a
Come on,
stump.
see them through.
Okay, cool.
And I turn around and walk away.
Okay, and he does that. He looks at it, he's like, that's fine. And as you look around Annulan, you see that the river is not too far from where you are, where you had that large battle. But there seems to be a little bit of a ravine in a thicket that is pretty far enough off the path that you think would be safe.
I think maybe we should set up camp down by the river.
Okay, let me massage the dwarf first.
And I'm going to go over, I'm going to start massaging his feet, and I'm going to take out my dagger and take some of his toenail clippings and put them in my pack.
Okay, make a dexterity check to see how much you get.
Natural 1, you cut off his toe.
18.
18. You are very deft.
Nice.
As he's does she do this for all of you?
Nope.
No.
Don't I feel special there, boss?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
You like it?
I haven't had this kind of treatment ever. This is highborn business.
Sure. Thanks for the toenails, friend.
Everybody, why don't we... I'm just going to talk to the people.
Yeah.
Make your way down to the river and get some fresh water. We're going to make camp.
All right. Lead the way, please.
No.
The prisoners, kind of the ones that had already fallen asleep, are roused a little bit, and they make their way huddled, and they all start to fan out. And very quickly, all of the prisoners, they're thanking you, they're giving you hugs, they're asking how can they ever repay you. But they all seemingly, despite being seeming malnourished, they all seem to be built of pretty hardy stock. And they all kind of drift off until you just see Avora, the one that seemed to be at the lead of become the de facto leader of these, sitting off by the river, kind of looking down, keeping an eye out, and especially keeping an eye to the sky. And you remember that there were a lot of Aarakocra, and that you killed many of them, but you're not sure if there are any more. And she's keeping an eye to the sky. Orpheus walks over to you as you all make camp, and he says,
Wow, those people have been through a lot.
I believe it.
I mean, I killed a lot of people, but I never did this.
You mean talk to them?
Well, that too. That too. But I guess those crooks, they were alligators, right? They're fine. That doesn't count. That doesn't count all those things.
No, it still counts. This is part of your retraction, retribution, redemption, retrograde, redundancy,
As long as you don't cut off my fingers.
radioactive.
Or what did your friend call say? Turn my rib cage inside out.
Yes, yeah, we don't do that anymore.
That's my husband. Oh, by the way, Annulin and Vandris got married.
That's not true. That didn't
Yes.
happen.
We did.
True.
Well, if there's gonna be any more marriage, we're gonna need a lot more alcohol.
No, well, we can get more booze, but no marriages.
Very well.
How fast is the river moving? This is it like raging river?
it's
like
not a raging
rapids?
river. It's a pretty quick pace, but it's not like raging rapid. It's like you'd be able to kind of wade into it.
I know that I normally offer to take the first watch, but I'm pretty beat up. I don't mind taking the second watch if you allow me to sleep for about 4 hours.
I'll take first watch.
I'll take whatever you need.
Oh, all right. I only need, as you guys know, I only need about 4 hours, so I'll be ready to
Look
go.
like you could use 8.
What?
Maybe just take a rest.
No, 4's fine. I don't need. I'll be fine. I'm
He's an elf.
yeah. I don't need much. I just
You real lucky folk.
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty nice.
Just 4 more hours of my day.
I get a lot done. You'd be surprised.
How many Sudoku puzzles could you do at that time?
I've read a lot of books. A lot of books.
I bet. Well, anyway, I'm happy to take the first watch. If Halgrim, if you'd be willing to join me,
Would Halgrim be like up for taking the watch with me?
Make a persuasion check. An advantage because Sylvie is assisting you with a foot massage. And the alcohol from Vandris.
Ooh, not good. 9.
9? Pardon me, sorry.
No, you're fine.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to convince Halgrim. I'm just asking if he, not gonna even try to convince him, but asking if he would take the first watch with me.
He looks at you as he's watch the bunions, as
I cut them all off.
as he's like, well, I probably shouldn't go to sleep on an empty stomach. I'll take first watch.
alright.
Annulin, wake me in 4. And I'm just gonna go over to Piccolo and give Piccolo some food, some smoked fish from my pack that I bought, like fish jerky. And then, oh Jesus! And then, however this goes, I'm just going to basically sit down next to 17.
17. Piccolo loves the fish. She's very excited.
Give her a scratch on the head.
Yeah, she coos, and she seems to be settling down a little bit, despite all of the humanoids all over the place.
I'm just going to then like literally sit like at her feet and like basically just meditate for 4
Okay.
hours.
You do that. Anyone else do anything before they go to sleep?
I guess on my watch, I just want to take Leo. Is that what you said? Take Leo, and I keep forgetting what we named him.
Leo, Scar, Leontis.
It's Leo.
No, it's
Uh,
Leonardo da Kitty.
Oh, Leonardo da Kitty. That's right. Leo for sure. I want to take Leo and just kind of stealth into the woods and just kind of walk the perimeter that we have set up, and
Okay.
I'll be like alert, but also, you know, if I see any berries or like edible plants and stuff, I'll just be kind of gathering for the people when they wake up.
I'll say make a survival check and a perception check.
Survival is 27, natural
Okay.
20.
Wow.
And
Oh, baby.
what was the other one?
Perception.
Perception.
Perception, as you might say.
19.
19. Okay, so you see Annulin skulk off with Leo at her heels, and they kind of disappear into the night.
I'd like to hear him purr.
He is purring. You hear him purring in your imagination.
Wow. I can
Thanks,
hear
Mike.
it vividly, Mike.
And you see
I tried.
Orpheus.
When
Tried
we
to help.
realized
That's
that
good.
the purring
That's
sounds
good.
the same as the cackling.
You see Orpheus. He's over by Lord Frederick, his stallion. He's brushing the mane, and he's looking like he's winding down for the night. His gloves are still on. And it's first watch.
So while he's eating, maybe I'll just join him if there's any like extra food that's been cooked.
Sure.
So, Helgrim,
Hey.
what's Magnir like?
Oh. It's one of the greatest cities this side of the continent. The only great mountain dwarf hold on Karkinos. But it's filled with cowards.
Is every dwarf hold filled with cowards? That's what I'm worried about.
Aye. It's our nature. Danger presents itself. Then let's hold up. Prayer. Moradin will protect us. Moradin can do a lot. Faith alone. I don't care for it anymore.
Did you do that? And I don't know if he still has it or if it's like on the ground somewhere, but did you split that holy symbol?
Aye, this?
Aye.
More of a group effort.
You and who else?
He looks up.
Moradin.
Moradin broke his own holy symbol.
Aye, you're a wee baby Moradin worshipper, aren't you? Recent convert, eh?
It's
Passionate.
It's a long story,
I'm sure
but
it is Northern.
I was like you. I turned my back on him. I did. For decades. And he chose me again. And I believe that he believes in me. And I believe that my path will bring me to free my people and to free my hold from the cowards in charge.
I wish you the best. But I've prayed my whole life, back when my beard was as gold as my name. Before it was grey, I was weak and injured. Never once did his hammer come down, smite our foes. They call upon him and they use him to protect our city. But the villages outside, the ox raisers, the barley growers, all of us in the mountains. What happens to us? We don't have a mountain to hide in.
That's right. That was the task of my clan back at home. I don't know what Magnir's like, but Hrimdar, it's a great dwarven keep like you might expect. I've only been in one, but I've heard about others. Great mountain hold. There were great walls protecting the villages you describe, barley growers, ram herders.
3 walls you're hiding behind.
3 walls. Aye.
Well, more than we do.
Do you have any walls?
I know. No, our walls are our faith. Belief in Moradin. That will keep us safe and sound from the hobgoblins, the power-lusting humans, the yak folk raiders, and the giants that march to war at this very moment. Much less the power of fire itself that lives and breathes in this valley as much as you and I do. Fire incarnate, like the one sleeping if we're lucky.
I don't believe that Moradin would turn us back on innocent villagers. I don't believe that.
You can believe what you want, godly man. We'll see. We'll see what happens when the power of fire and 7 heads filled with fangs. Dozens of little red lizards at his heels.
Well,
That is something. That is a sight that will make you realize that the gods turned their back on us.
I'll be the first to admit that I have a lot to learn.
Aye.
Especially when it comes to our own kind.
Welcome to the south, Northerner.
Thank you. It's been a crazy few years.
Well,
Just know that if there's any way we can help on our way, we'll do it. We've been through a lot, and I mean it when I say I think that a fiery beast just sounds like nothing at all compared to what we've seen.
I hope that's true. And maybe I'll treat you to a true Magnier feast. If you and your friends live up to that.
I would like that.
Hey,
Well,
good night. I'm dozing off.
I'll let you go to sleep. I'll wake up the next watch.
He goes to sleep. Next watch.
I will wake up Annulin.
Anyone's off in the woods.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I will wake up Sylvie. Did you say you were going to take watch? I'll wake up the guard captain. Not the guard captain.
You can
but
still
the-
wake Sylvia up.
I'll wake Sylvie up.
Yes.
Do you mind taking next watch?
You're looking down into the skull, and then you realize that my head turns.
Rodek, you're not looking at me.
I'm laying next to it,
No!
buried under the moss.
What do you mean? Do you mind taking second watch?
No, but you should ask first.
Annulin's out looking around, and then after your watch, wake up Vandris, please. And then Annulin will go to doing her thing, meditating.
Okay.
Yeah, after about 4 hours, I would come back and wake Vanders up.
Good night. And I'll nestle down in bed. And I'll sort of reflect, maybe like pray a little bit on what I was kind of hearing from what's his Halgrim.
Halgrim.
Sylvie, you have an uneventful watch. You see Vandris meditating, and Piccolo seems to be, she's normally irritable and obnoxious when normally kind of try to wake him up and peck at him while he tried to meditate. She seems a bit calm while he does this. You see Orpheus is almost like curled up like a cat, like trying with like his extravagant bags that he's packed with him, all bunched up into an approximation of a pillow as he sleeps. And your watch passes, and Annulin, you ride back with Leo, and with that survival check, you find you've been able to hunt a few rabbits, and some other game animals, some squirrels, and you found a lot of different berries and some rations that could probably help the prisoners a lot on their way home. Is there anything else you like to do on your walk, Sylvie? Okay, so you fall asleep. Vandris, you're awoken, and you see it's very quiet. It's just you.
Well, I'll bid both the ladies, good night as they head to bed. I want to spend my watch, the first hour of my watch. I've got like 50 feet of rope. I want to cut it up into different lengths and attempt to make a 5-foot diameter net with a 10-foot diameter casting thing, and attempt to catch fish in this makeshift net. I'm passing the time and paying attention, but I'm attempting to fish.
I would make a dexterity check.
Very cool.
Wait, is it just dex? So plus 5, 10.
10. I'll say you're able to fashion a kind of loose net.
I've never done this before. I'm just trying it.
And I would say growing up in Goldhaven, you kind of know the basic knot. Seamus would have been able to teach you this. And you're attempting, and with a 10, I would say you pass the time. You feel like you almost get a fish, but they just slip out of your grasp.
Damn.
And do you all enjoy a long rest?
Hey! I was pretty fucking beat up that fight.
Me too. I only have 25 hit points left out of 87.
Yikes.
I used like a ton of hit dice, and I was only at like half health.
Yeah, I got beat to hell.
You all awaken, and the morning sun is crusting over the horizon. Kind of, there's a bit of calm despite the carnage that happened here the previous evening, and you all awaken. And really, at first light, all of the humans are roused and ready to go. They take whatever ration that you wanted to give them, but there is a bit of a restoration in their spirits as they all kind of steel themselves. And Evora thanks you once again, and basically says that you saved her life. That that the thought of going to the volcano hold of Svarog was, she was considering potentially finding a way where she could end her own life, and it was a horrifying existence that they escaped, and eventually you see them all bid you goodbye, and they head back the way that you guys came. After picking apart the weapons and arming themselves from the bodies of all the caravan. There are a few crates of basic weapons.
Goodbye.
They
Stay
all
safe.
wave. Thank you! Saved us, thank you! God bless you!
I'll throw my bag in the cart, and I'll go up to Halgrim and I say, "Does this work?" And it's just like a really, basically just like an empty spot in the bed of the wagon.
Anything beats that wagon. He steps up and sits down in it, and puts a large hand that's really beat up and calloused and scarred along one side of the cart, and he grips it tightly and says, "Well, let's hope the beast is sleeping, so we don't get burned alive."
All right, I'll get up in the driver's seat. And
Do you think there's any reason we should try to cover our tracks here? Hide the bodies, or...
Honestly, I personally don't think so, unless Halgrim has some advice that might benefit us either way, but I think it might just be a waste of time. I think time is of the essence here.
Did they say anything about other bands coming up behind you, or...?
They said that we were a lucky shipment to Nziri. That we were, at least as far as I know, the last one that they could find. More maybe coming from across the sea, but who knows when. Weeks, maybe. They seem concerned.
Well, if we get the opportunity, we'll happily cut them down and free anybody else we have the opportunity to.
Agreed. And I think that they're going to know that they're missing anyway at some point eventually.
Yeah, let them find out.
So...
Okay.
I'll just let them rot in the mud. Anyways.
Are we good to set off?
Are you ready? Is everyone mounted up? And I look around and I look for Lord Frederick and, what's
Wendell.
his name? Wendell.
I'll
and Leo.
I'll feed Piccolo and attempt
Piccolo.
to mount Piccolo.
Make an animal handling check. You see Orpheus trot up on Lord Frederick.
A 5.
As, it's very rough.
Come on, Piccolo.
She's very, very salty this morning. As you see Orpheus trot up on Lord Frederick and says, "Well, I suppose since I have the most magnificent mount, I shall lead the charge."
I polymorph his mount into a toad.
Okay.
Okay.
DC 20.
Okay, he fails. You see Lord Frederick like, "I will lead the way!" And you see a quick movement from Sylvie, and suddenly, and you, as it falls, and he's going to make a saving throw, and he gets a natural 20 on the saving throw, as looks like he's going to fall on his ass, and he manages to actually surprisingly gracefully catch himself, and he stands, and he looks down. "Lord Frederick, this is not a good look on you. he scoops up the toad.
All right, you get in.
I guess
Make room.
I will say though, you're well. At least Lord Frederick now is officially part of the group after being polymorphed by Sylvie. So I guess that's a step up.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Oh, is it another hag?
Oh, is the third member of our coven here? Daddy Davis?
Oh, Daddy Davis, I forgot all about that.
Well, I'm not gonna let you forget it anymore.
How long does this last? Is he okay?
Oh, I have no idea. I think he's sick.
Well, if
I guess he isn't the most beautiful mount out of everyone. Is he, Wendell?
And I smack Wendell on the rear. Snot and spittle flies out of his mouth. He's got a bit of an overbite. He neighs uncomfortably and begins
Wendell's
to trot. He's
Wants to make your acquaintance.
yeah.
Oh God.
Wendell's the best.
and so Orpheus
He shits and then he continues.
he shits.
Good
Orpheus
job.
climbs in. Is like, well, I'll guess it. And he's like, and he takes it and puts the toad into his pocket. And he's like, Orpheus Rhadamanthus, former supervillain, almost ended the world. Pretty good resume. Now I am guy with a map. So you could be doing as bad as I am.
All right,
And-
behave. And I'm gonna slap
And
down. the
Halgrim
reins
looks at it,
and
he's
then
like,
I'll start trotting down.
Hey, this one doesn't shut up, does he?
No, just ignore him or make small conversation, whichever you choose.
And you make your way out down the frontier road. It's seemingly treacherous as you go single file across the makeshift log bridge that the Etten the previous evening had made, but it's shockingly sturdy. It was a good thing that you all waited for them to finish before you ambushed, as it would have been difficult to ford this river, and you all managed to cross. And the frontier road continues. As let me find some good music here.
Oh, Mike, good music.
Are we just traveling? Or
Yeah,
can
you're
we have more
traveling.
conversation?
Yeah.
I just want to ask Halgrim. I hope I'm not prodding, but I know that you told us a lot about Magnir last night, and you mentioned that it being in a pretty rough state. But when we arrive there, are we going to be able to restock? Is there still commerce? Are there people doing business, or are they truly in a desolate situation?
Aye, the dwarves that managed to live inside the city, they're doing fine. There are enough provisions and supplies to last years.
I don't know much about your culture or your people, so forgive me if I ask any stupid questions, but do they have any source of water that runs through their city? How do they...
Melt down straight through the mountain. Fresh water.
It's amazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Red meat. Mutton. Beef. Elk. I miss it. Anyways, it's at least a week's journey away.
And you all continue, and you travel probably another week on the frontier road.
So we're just traveling sort of just up through here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so where is it?
Kelsey, do you have hunting skills, actually, as part of your kit anywhere?
I guess I'm
Mention hunting, or are you
proficient
just
at
good at survival? I'm gonna make Annulin help me with my fishing net when we stop for nights and mornings, and help me learn to fish.
Okay.
I'm trying to catch fish to give to Piccolo.
Got it. So
That's cute. You do more for this bird than
Than your party members.
yeah, 3 years with us. This bird you're waiting around the river for.
So, you make your way as the deciduous forest of kind of the woods around the plains outside of the farmland outside of Agwe disappears, and thick, tall pine forests appear in front of you, all through the foothills, as you see just the massive southern ridge of the Smolder Peak Mountains loom ahead of you. And as you veer south, you get closer and closer to the mountains as the road gets more and more treacherous. And as you go into smaller valleys and over ridges, and this frontier path seems to take you along the way, you pass the occasional traveler, maybe simple traders, simple travelers, deserters from the various wars, very, very, very much in a hurry, trying not to make contact with you, seemingly nervous about anyone on this road. And as you make your way one afternoon, you begin to turn around a pass, the large hills. You approach the mountains, and you see what looks like an incredibly dark black cloud cover approach it, as it kind of just looms as you begin to turn. And it's at this point that Halgrim breathes in and he nods and says, "Aye, we're close."
That cloud, is it always there?
That's not cloud, lad. That's ash. As you'll see the incinerator. As you turn around this ravine, and beneath this massive cloud of ash, you see a huge swath of what used to be a forest.
Oh no! He's incinerating the countryside! Incinerating all of the peasants! Incinerating the thatched roof cottages!
That's horrible.
They're thatched roof cottages!
The thatched roof cottages.
I miss my thatched roof cottage.
I bet you do, lad.
As
I'm so sorry.
you see a forest that looks like a horrific wildfire. Just completely obliterated.
Who could possibly do this?
The Pyro Hydra, I suppose.
What was his name?
Torgod.
Torgrod.
Torgrod. Yeah, there was an extra R.
Torgrod. Torgrod.
Aye.
So
Yep.
the cloud of ash follows him wherever he goes?
Hangs above wherever the destruction is. This is his work.
Well, we can't let this stand. I mean, Sylvie, those poor animals
What animals?
in the forests.
Oh yeah,
They
they're
bent.
dead.
Do you care about those? What about you? You probably care about those animals.
I'm like full sobbing silently.
Well,
Oh no! What if Stuart the opossum was in there?
well, he's
Wayne's
from
back.
he's from away. Aye, he's
You
probably
never
fine.
met Stuart?
I'm assuming if
You dumb dwarf.
You're right. I know nothing about Stuart. Never mind. I don't say that.
Halgrim, you don't suggest that we head directly in towards this cloud now, do
This
you?
is Stuart!
And I open up my moss and I pull out Stuart.
Oh,
He's
oh.
currently playing dead.
He's dead!
And I shake him and he goes, "Ah!"
He was playing dead!
Put him back in my pocket. Sorry, that's it.
You may continue.
Thank you. Yeah, the cloud thing.
Magnir will be through this ash, deeper into the mountains. And
That's a thick ash.
very thick ash.
I don't know if we can squeeze our way through such a thick ash.
Well, you can certainly try.
We're going to try.
I'm gonna go head first. Into the thick ash.
I know the feeling. And Orpheus kind of trots up and says, "Are you sure we're the good guys now?
What do you mean?
I feel like shouldn't heroes be more pious and have more
I don't know, boring conversation.
Do you want me to pray into the thick ash?
You can pray to whatever gods you worship.
I worship the god of the wrinkly scalps, and sure, I'll pray into the thick ash.
So just so I get this straight, Orpheus, you don't seem to think that us potentially meeting some horrible flaming Hydra beast, and of course killing it because that's what we do, is not heroic enough for you? That's pretty damn adventurous.
I mean, is it really world-ending? He stretches his arms out, and you just see the swath of destruction, a patch of just the black ash and the smoldering ruins of this forest are going over one side of a ridge.
How many world-ending disasters would you like us to stop per week?
Vandrith?
Yes.
You should never ask Orpheus questions about what is or isn't heroic. He's a villain.
We have to teach him, right? He wants to learn, right?
Yeah, but he should learn by watching, because if you just ask him those questions, he's just going to be ignorant.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Oh, did you know?
He's just a lizard with a bunch of heads.
Orpheus, do you know how attractive that Vandrith is? Do you know why that is?
Why?
Because he's a hero. Did you know the moment you're a villain, you become ugly to everyone around you? It's really horrible, but it's true. Have you ever heard anyone say, oh, wow, look at that beautiful villain? No, they say hideous villain, ugly villain, grotesque villain.
That's a fantastic
You're
point.
still pretty ugly from when you were a villain.
The first time I laid eyes on him, I recoiled in fear. And it wasn't because I was scared, it was because he was hideous.
Repulsion.
I think the first time you all saw me, we were in that horrible fish cave.
Yeah, and the smell that was emanating from it was coming from you.
And I was very, very well groomed that day. I was looking fantastic.
We also beat the snot out of you.
And Professor Aslan was tearing that day.
Oh, your friend with the top hat. He
jumped into the water. He got splooshed, as you say.
Let's not talk badly about the professor.
Are you sure you had nothing to do with that, by the way?
You think I could have done that? If I could just throw mucus around and say, oh, be my minions.
I can, and I hawk a loogie on him.
Dex saving throw. He misses. He fails. He hits his leg and just...
Poor Orpheus.
I didn't know that was a talent.
I had nothing to do with that.
No, you looked ugly that day, too.
Well, I'm just going to say, when I was a wanted mastermind criminal sorcerer, I had a fan club. The ladies loved me. They sent letters to me somehow. I don't even know how they got them to me.
Who called you a mastermind?
All of the papers. And myself. You have to work and market yourself.
Fake it till you make it, you know?
Do we still have the obsidian statue that you so graciously forced Annual and I to find after many, many, many misses in the
Thanks
shallow
for the
pit?
cheer, Roxy.
Oh, thank you,
Appreciate
cheer,
it.
Roxy. We'll fix this out.
Thank you.
Is it just in a bag of holding?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Or, I would say probably that was, literally the session 1.
God.
Session 1, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, jeez, what have I done?
Sweet Jesus, what have I
Oh,
done?
Jesus.
I'm a thief in the night. I'm a dog on the run. I'm Bartok's son.
Bartok has nothing to do with this.
Well, it was, to be fair, it was 5-on-1. And I did pretty well for myself. After having to sneak through all those corpses of fishmen, I had to hold my nose. I almost vomited. You did all the work for me, so I appreciate that. But it just... fond memories. And you killed my homunculus. That wasn't very nice.
Every day I always think we're getting closer and closer and closer to you being a hero, and then you being able to get power again, and then you do stuff like this, and I realize you're hopeless.
Well, you wouldn't be the first one to think that.
Yeah. It's just really sad because you were my best friend. I always thought so highly of you over the last day or so.
Well, maybe we'll find some lowly peasants that I can pat on the shoulder.
And their thatch roofed cottages.
Well,
It's just really difficult when I look at you so sad like this and my eyebrows turn into consummate V's of sorrow.
Wow, that was extraordinarily profound.
I know.
Well, I'm going to use my big beefy arms and ride Lord Philip over this way. Or Frederick.
I'm gonna polymorph him into an earthworm.
Is it safe to go through the sash?
He fails.
does anything
Halgrim,
still
getting
burn?
back to the brass tack, says,
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll have to. We'll have to. Magnir is off of this road, not too far. It's no longer going to be heading north anymore. We have to get deeper into the mountain range.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. We have yet to find anything that we can't kill, or that can kill us. So, if we come across this thing, we'll take care of it no problem.
That's right. We go straight at it, and if we approach it, we investigate first and make sure that we know how to deal with it, and then we kill it.
Done and done.
Do I still have advantage on guiding us through a forest if the forest is horribly burned down to the ground?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you also have mountains too, right?
Oh yeah. That's true.
So, yeah, I would say that combination would definitely help.
It's like a red-green combination in Magic
Yes.
the Gathering.
It is a red-green combination.
What's that called?
Gruel.
It's gruel.
Trembula.
So,
I meant to say great and cool, and then I said gruel.
you...
Yes.
Sorry, anyway.
You,
Tap my forest mana!
There's not a thorn element.
And I tap a mountain to cast lightning bolt!
as you make your way through this, these ashen remains of this forest, you can very, very faintly see the remnants of the path where it was charred. Annulan, please make a survival check at advantage.
Oh my, I will.
Oh my.
Is it survival?
Yep.
16 plus 7 is 23.
23. Okay. So you make your way through, and you're able to guide the group through the path of least resistance. It's slow going with the wagon and with all of your mounts, but you're able to find at least some easier to travel pathways. And however, as you get deeper and deeper, the mountains getting closer and closer to you, larger and larger in your vision. You then you look over to the side and you see deep grooves into the earth. A massive print of a huge clawed foot into the charred earth. And then you see another and another and another.
Heading in the direction we're going.
It seemed to be in that general direction. Up towards the mountains. Because you saw that there's a huge swath basically heading over one of the ridges. And it seems to be going in that direction.
I'll kind of kneel. Well, I guess I don't really need to kneel down because it's massive, but I'll point towards the footprints. Halgrim, does that look like it's the pyro?
He
Hydra?
steps over.
Or Hydra?
Aye, that's Torgrod. Wasn't too long ago he passed through here. Hadn't gotten here once I got captured, that's for sure. I know a town nearby, Greybell. It's in this path of devastation.
Was it still standing when you came through?
Aye, it was.
Can I tell like how long the forest has been burning like this?
Make a nature check at advantage.
12.
12. It's kind of hard to tell, but you see that there's still very faint bits of ember. The heat is mostly gone, but there's still some patches that is still kind of smoldering beneath piles of charred trees that have been knocked down. And I'll say, with that survival check, as you take some time to look around, you see dozens of smaller clawed footprints all around, almost in the wake of this huge beast. And you continue. And eventually you see, as you turn around a ravine, you see charred ruins, stone, roof's completely gone. Stone that almost seems to have been melted by flame itself. A collection of no more than a dozen buildings, or the foundations of a dozen buildings. And it seems to be on a little creek bed that is now completely dried out, charred, evaporated from the heat of this fire.
Is this Grey Barrel?
Aye, 'twas Grey Barrel.
So this must have happened recently.
Aye, Ted.
Does it feel like, do we get the sense that it was like, is it still smoldering kind of thing? Like,
I would say it's not smoldering. There's still the little bits, but it definitely happened within probably the past couple of days. As Halgrim steps out and walks around, he begins to walk towards one of the buildings. Like, "Hi, this is the inn I stayed at the night before I was captured."
well, we should look for survivors. There could be someone still alive, right?
Look around. It's just ash.
That's what happens when a fire hydrant makes its way through a town.
Well,
Aye,
let's continue. Just keep an eye out.
maybe a basement.
I just feel like anyone that was here when that happened wouldn't run into the ground beneath the smoldering bits for fear of dying to smoke inhalation.
No, he's right. A proper dwarf would have gone to the basement.
Proper
He would
dwarf
have gone underground.
proper dwarf would be dead then.
Would it make you feel better if we just did a quick...
We should take a look, just in case. If it's only a few days, there
You're
could be
right.
someone left alive.
We shouldn't be so pessimistic. You're right.
Just 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Sure, of course.
All right, it's a small town. I'll jump off Ramby and I'll just start. I guess.
I'm gonna
I'll take a building.
Yeah,
Piccolo. We'll spread out.
Let's do a group investigation check to whoever's investigating. Orpheus steps off of Lord Frederick and says, "Oh, this is gruesome." As he begins to poke through the rubble and kind of helping you. So what everyone get?
20.
10.
18.
20, 10, 18. We don't? Okay.
Just hanging off towards the back.
Okay. I'll say that you begin to kind of root through, and you are every bit of building that you see is completely charred, and you manage to find one basement that had a stone floor, and with all four of you with Orpheus' help, actually 5 of you with Halgrim, you manage to pry a metal door open. And you see, as you make your way down these stairs, there is a pair of corpses, completely covered in ash. And I'm going to get everyone to make a perception check, please. And still be at advantage because you're above ground.
Jesus. I got a 15.
I got an 8.
13.
20.
20. Okay. So you are all distracted in these ruins. However, Silly, because you stayed up above ground, you're with the mounts. And as you're sitting there, you start to hear what sounds like trotting of footsteps. Numerous ones. It almost feels like a rumbling in the ground of a stampede, as your attention is immediately drawn towards a flash of red, scaly flesh as over a hill, charging towards you, you see probably several hundred feet out, you see about a dozen riders. They're red and scaled, covered in this black, volcanic-looking armor. Their heads are reptilian. Red, slavering tongues. Weapons drawn. They're riding creatures that don't look from afar, two unlike Piccolo. Bright red skin, black beak, but they also seem to be almost as reptilian as they are avian, and with a fleshy red color that looks like it's a smoldering fire, just like these lizard creatures that are thundering towards you. What are you doing?
I don't have a walkie-talkie, right? Or do we get it back? I can't remember. Or if
You got it back.
We all have one now.
Breaker 19, Echo 47, Charlie, Foxtrot, Tango, Alpha, Omega. Yeah, over. Oh, Danny Annalyn. There are some weird guys that are riding fire piccolos.
It's not the time for jokes. There are 2 dead bodies down
Okay,
here.
bye then.
Okay.
What's a fire piccolo?
I don't
And then I'm gonna
know.
run straight towards them.
You better check on Piccolo. What if
Okay.
Piccolo's on fire?
I'm sure Piccolo's not on fire. I'll go take a look, and I'll just proceed to head up the way we came.
So as this happens, you all arrive at the top, and you see the clouds are now thundering above you as you see this little gnome running towards a dozen riders. It looks
And
like
I'm gonna hurl an Eldritch Blast immediately, the first guy I can see.
okay, yeah, that happens. That you're able to fire that off because you probably be able to get a couple. Because what's the range on that?
120. Actually,
120
I'm
feet.
Warcaster, so maybe more.
No, it's Spell Snipers, the 300.
Yeah, so it's 120.
Okay. So you can uncover the map as you see Sylvie running forward, and this is just like basically
And
smoldering.
I'm basically,
If they don't want to be heroes, I will be a hero.
and I'm just running in my hag regalia directly through to these guys.
Okay, so you're in the middle of these smoldering buildings, and you hear a very concerned voice shout out from behind. He's like, Sylvie, be careful! As you see Orpheus look up, and he sees the thundering mounts riding towards you, and he's like, I'm gonna be down here! And like, come on, dwarf! And he grabs Algrim and pulls him down, like, you're in no condition to fight. And
So while I'm running, I'm gonna cast major invisibility on myself,
Oh, fuck
and then
yeah.
hurl my Eldritch Blast at them.
Okay.
That's so intense.
This, I don't have art because today was awful.
That's okay.
But,
Holy shit.
so I'm just gonna say,
that's so cool.
so these are, they all correspond to, so if you see a number on one, they are
Okay.
So that's their mount and the rider.
correct.
Does that stand for Fire Nation?
It stands for, I will just tell you because I don't want to, the FN is a fire newt, and the GS is a giant strider, which is the lizard bird mounts that they have. Apologies as I do this.
A giant strider. Fire newts.
Okay, I'm gonna just...
That's a lot of fire newts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. And Sylvie, whichever one you want to hit.
I'm assuming I'm coming towards this guy, so I'm gonna go
Oh,
for
can you get me these?
FN11.
Yeah, where are we?
Great question.
20 for the first Eldritch Blast hit.
Is this relevant, or was that
14 for the second,
these are the smoldering buildings.
Oh.
deterring
14
us.
is the AC, right?
and then the other one was a natural 18. So all of them are going
Yep.
at Fire Newt 11.
Yep. 1, 2, 3.
Should just be 4.
Yep.
So where would Sylvie have been? Like
Up ahead.
here somewhere? Or over
33
here?
points of force damage to the first one.
Okay. I would say put Sylvie towards
Fire
the
Newt 11.
camera queen. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Where would you like
And I'd
us?
probably be further
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, where are we coming up at?
I would say you can be in the middle of the town wherever you guys want.
So
You were first. I was probably last.
do you
Make sure
remember
they
how
got
much I
down
told
safe.
you?
Yep. 33.
Yes,
To
I
number
11.
Number 11.
Here, I'll-
To the rider, right?
Mm-hmm.
The rider. As they are running at you, Sylvie, you tap yourself, and your haggish exterior completely disappears However, 3 arcs of this swirling green energy erupts from out of nothing, and all 3 blast into the rider. You hear as he shrivels up and falls off his mount, dying. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Ooh.
I like it when you say that.
So now here's a good question.
Say it again.
If you try to escape from one of these creatures, do you think, and Mikey doesn't have to answer this, do you think the rider and the creature will both get opportunity attacks against you?
Does that one have a rider?
If you're in melee range, both of them, yeah.
So, but I mean,
No, I
that's
just
that's
killed
my
that.
question,
Oh, you
right?
killed it,
Like,
okay.
if he's there and I'm here, do you think that's melee for both? I would assume yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Like, I would think they both get an opportunity.
Right.
They both have reactions.
It's 2 creatures.
Right.
Well, and it depends. If he's using it as a mount and they're sharing initiative, then no, I don't believe so.
I don't know how
But
mounted
if
combat
they're-
works.
Yeah,
right? Like, I don't know.
it's pretty complex.
20 to 25.
No. Sorry.
Okay. 15 to 20.
19.
17.
Rhoda Consoli, what'd you get?
13.
6.
Okay. Wow. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. That is that. Okay. As these new-looking humanoids with this burning flesh, they're all riding you. Their eyes are wide. They're gibbering in some strange language. They have these scimitars drawn as they're riding on these strange reptile, alien-looking creatures. What are you doing, Vanders?
I'm going to use my bonus action to say for Edward to light the sword.
Okay.
And then I'd like to try to hide. I don't know if there's anything like actual structure.
I would
to hide
say
behind.
there's enough that you would be able to hide behind.
And I'll just attempt to hide.
Okay. You ignite the flaming sword and you hide behind a bit of rubble. There's a ruined stone wall, and you duck behind it.
I'm gonna roll my stealth check here. I'm just trying to make sure. Cloak of the Bat. I have advantage on stealth checks. Okay, that's what I thought. I get a 23.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so you hide, Daniel, and you're up.
Okay. I'm going to... let's see. Can you give me 10, 15, 20, 25, 30? Okay. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on this guy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fire 2 arrows at him.
Okay.
Uh, 20 and 28 to hit.
20 both hits.
Is this the right song? Yeah. There you go.
It was the end of the video. I need to get rid of that.
16.
You insta-killed that guy, right? The 3 blasts?
31.
31 points of damage to number...
Newt 6?
Newt 6. As he's riding, both arrows, they pierce through his armor, and he tumbles off of his mount. However, these mounts still seem to be training, rushing forward. Sylvia, you're up. Invisible.
I'm gonna move over this way. Or like back to here. And then I'm going to hurl my Eldritch Blast at Fire New 8.
Okay.
Hit. Natural 20.
Hey!
Another natural 20. So 2
Holy
natural
shit.
20s and a
Alright.
19. So I'm actually gonna fire the first 2 at him and then the next
Yep.
one at 7.
Okay.
So hold on.
Welcome, Jim Coast, Maya, how's it going? Pen and
Oh,
Book
welcome.
Papers, hello. Anybody else
Maya?
that's new? Welcome, everybody. We're fighting a bunch of newts, fire newts, which are like humanoid lizards riding bird lizard fire guys.
26 to FN8.
FN8.
Okay.
Is he still? He's
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
And
he
then
gets completely obliterated.
14. And then 16 to number 7.
16 and number 7, he does seem to survive this. As he takes it, and he almost falls off of his mount, but he's able to hold on as he continues, as he heaves himself back up. as they're all chanting in this strange language. Can I get languages that everyone speaks?
Common and Dwarvish.
Does anyone speak Primordial or Ignan?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Wait, you said primordial what?
Ignan?
No,
The dialect of.
No, I do not.
Okay, so then in this strange language you can't understand, and then the other natural 20 hit him, so that's all the damage. So 8 is dead, 7 took the hit, got him. Okay. With that, and can I get a stealth check
Thank
at
you
advantage?
for- thank you for the follow.
Seapa.
Stealth check at advantage for Sylvie.
And Maya might buy a Switch now. Well, Banjo-Kazooie's in fucking Smash, so you better buy a fucking Switch. All of you. All of you buy a Switch.
I think she was talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, I know, I don't care.
11.
11, okay. So, as these riders charge, despite these blasts, you see one kind of look in the direction of as they just chatter, and they raise their swords towards the group as they completely pass you, as it is the bird's turn.
She's a hag, I'm convinced.
And they have 50 movement speed.
Wow, okay. So I'll just start moving them up?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's through a house, right?
That'll be difficult terrain. That'll be difficult terrain.
So he was here?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He can get here.
That's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Sanders is
8,
hidden, by the
9,
way.
10. Yep. Oh, jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They are just charging up to you, but they're not going to dash. And you'll see what they're about to do.
Oh boy, I don't like this.
Hold on to your butts, everybody.
Thanks for helping me. Yeah, we gotta.
Here, let me.
We're about to get booked.
So, as they are charging, these lizards now are looking with these burning eyes as these birds are all these birds are all rushing forward, and the striders, as they seem to be getting closer, you see as their gullets begin to glow and expand, and almost like mortars onto you and Rodak, onto Anulin and Rodak. I need 6 dexterity saving throws from each of you.
Shut up!
Each of us?
Yes.
I'm hiding.
You're hiding too!
Can I choose to die?
I wish that I was evasioning right now. You said the dream words. 6 dexterity save. Ah! Stop! I can only get so wrecked.
I got 29 and 27.
Oh. So hold on.
I wish I hadn't. I wish I
I'm
hadn't
gonna write
hit.
these fucking down.
Yeah, I better do that.
It's not a bad idea.
So, oh wow.
Vengeance for the win.
Wow. 3 15s. That's weird. 4 15s
In a row.
One. It was not in a row. There's 3 were in a row there.
That's ridiculous.
That's 2 4s.
Ready?
That's fucking weird.
Yep.
Oh,
Anything
no,
with below a 12 fails.
Oh, boy.
I passed.
Good.
All of them?
Yeah, we got
That's a
that.
lot of dice, Mike.
Another 15. What the fuck?
Oh, you
Another
got
15. Are you fucking kidding me?
6, 12,
True, I'm watching.
14.
I rolled too many times. I rolled 8 times, but of my 8
And this
times,
is
1,
coming
2,
from
3,
the
4, 5,
mouse,
6 of
the
them are
bird
19.
mouse?
15.
Okay.
So get rid of the last 2 rolls.
Yeah.
You only need 6, but that's
So I
still
feel-
crazy.
I failed twice.
I also don't like how many dice Mikey's rolling at me. I feel the same way.
27.
We're
6
gonna
dex
find out
throws
here,
why?
Chris.
Yeah, we're finding out because he just rolled his entire bag
So,
of dice.
so all of these bird mounts, these big circles, they're all bird lizard mounts. They just did
They're
like a
giant
like a
striders.
Kazooie, like egg
34,
cough at us, and they're probably exploding.
Molten mortar.
42,
I don't like anything
45.
happening over there.
50.
Why isn't Van just here to soak a third of these?
I take nothing. Oh, you mean targeting wise?
Yeah, if they hit, if they all went to you and you dodged them all, it's 0 damage.
62, 60, 64 points of fire damage. You take half of that, Anulin. And Rodek, you're going to take add. I blocked this off here. Add.
Half plus something.
So I have 2 failures for you. So you take half of 64. That you're good.
So 32.
And then
Plus more.
for you, you're gonna.
Why are you taking more?
No, half of 64.
So you take half of 62.
Oh, half of 64.
Half of 62, and I'm going to tell you what you take
62.
more.
62. 31. 31.
You're going to take an additional 11 points of fire. It's not
Why
too
do you
bad.
take extra fire?
Because he failed
He
2 of them.
failed 2 of the. He didn't pass the
So
whole thing.
as these globs of fiery explosions rain down like mortar, you hear cheers muttering and erupting as they're all cheering in Ignim. I will let you know. And
Yes,
with
no,
that,
no.
it is Rodek's turn.
Math.
You shade.
I'm going to tap bonus action, tighten my belt, tap my belt, and sprint out of here. 3, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 10, 11, 12. That's fine. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to attack the mount because I could probably hit that easier than the other guy. So I'm going to do 3 attacks. That's a 21 or a 31 or 29. Sorry, a 14 and the 20.
14 is the AC.
Okay, so all 3 hit. So, hold on. Let me get all of the skull. Where are my skull dice? Are they on here?
They're dead.
The skull.
Yes, they
Get
are.
it? Get it?
2, 4, 6. Reroll.
Thank you,
Thank
Mayo.
you, Mayo. Appreciate it. 10, 20, 26.
Thank you for the
Oh,
resub,
thank you,
Real Taco
resub.
Turtle. Thank you.
26.
Much better than a little
Plus,
fake copper turtle.
18 is what? 36, 44 damage.
To number...
To number
Rider,
Mount 12.
Mount 12.
Yeah.
You hack it once, hack it again. And as it tumbles forward, it is going to go down. And the
So Mount 12 is dead?
Mount 12 is dead. However, the
Mount 12
fire
is
newt,
dead, Rich.
the fire newt makes its saving throw. I would just say just get rid of it for now, just
Okay.
for the ease of use.
Yeah, that's probably a
And
good idea.
keep the rider.
And just put him in like the.
The
I
rider,
could mark
he
her in
passes
too.
his saving
Yeah.
throw.
I think it's just easier to get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah. He passes his saving throw and then lands as the great giant strider tumbles off. You see bits of the flaming goop spilling out of its beak as it tumbles forward. And with that, it is. Is that your turn?
Yep.
With that, it is their turn. And we're going to get 2 bits of scimitar attacks on... 2 bits of scimitar attacks on Rodek, so that's going to be... One's going to be a natural 20, another's going to hit.
Grave cleric? Anybody?
Nope.
Sorry, Rich.
Not today, pal.
No.
Yikes.
No pretty kitty
not
here
that
to
much,
help you.
Wow. Minimum damage. Great. 5 points of slashing damage. As
Just
they
whole slashing, so 2 points
Yep.
of slashing damage.
Nice.
I love it.
And then you're going to see the fire newts also go as their gullets also expand, and rather than a big glob, it's a line jet of fire that is going to be so 1, 2, 4 of them are. So I need you to make 4 dexterity saving throws.
Me.
Yep.
15.
Another 15. So 19.
DC's 11 for this one.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's 10. Oh, no, 11, because I have the preclude protection. Yes, 11. Haha.
11. You're going to take half of this.
Oh.
Wow. 2, 10, 15, 22, 24, 25. Half of 34 points of fire damage as
Got it.
they blast at you. Anulin, all of them, the other ones, the remaining 6. Wait, no. The remaining 3 are going, so 3 dexterity saving throws, please.
18, 15, and 17.
18, 22, half of 23. As they blast at you. You manage to dodge out of the way as they're all cheering. Banners up.
I am going to use Bounty Hunter's Bebop.
Hey!
Woo! It's time, baby.
Yep.
So, it says I use my bonus action to move up to thrice my walking speed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be, assuming that there's still a corpse here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 80, yeah, and then I'll go 85 and 90. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures affected, and I will end right here.
Okay.
7 creatures affected.
Wait, what is this
If you
doing?
go
Yes.
this way.
Yeah, so if I move there, you're right. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures affected. I am
their
definitely
mouse?
provoking... Well, that's what I was asking. I'm not sure. I'm definitely provoking and redirecting enemy attacks. Anybody who would take an opportunity attack against me must make a full attack action against itself, whether it has used its reaction or not.
Okay. So just point at the ones that you passed.
So it's going to be FN 12.
He stabs himself with 9 points of damage.
Awesome.
And then it's going to be FN 1.
FN 1.
And GS 1. I don't know if they get reactions.
Was going to be a hit and a natural 20.
Oh!
As you're managing, just dodging, and as you're drawing scimitars, you are FN what?
FN 1. Do you want me to just name them all?
Let's do
Jot 'em
all the
down?
fire newts first, and then we'll.
Okay. FN 5.
5. One's gonna miss, but another one's gonna hit. Okay. 5. Okay.
FN 3.
FN 3 is gonna. One's gonna miss, but another's gonna hit. That is gonna be okay. FN 3.
FN 7.
FN 7. Okay. Let's see. He's gonna. Both are gonna hit him. That is gonna be. What was that? FN 3?
That was 7, was the last one we just did. FN 10 is the next one.
FN 7, as he's going to swing, you manage to easily deflect the blade, and it slices his,
You have 2
into his guts.
FN7s here, by the way.
One's a 9.
Oh.
So then that one would
That's
be
a 9.
FN9,
That's
because
the 9.
FN7's the one I already damaged.
This looks more like a 9. Yep, sorry, FN
Okay,
9.
that's fine. Okay. Okay, so he's still alive. FN7's still
FN
alive.
10.
FN 10. Both are going to hit.
And then
Okay.
FN 4.
Okay. FN 4. One's going to miss, but one is going to hit.
And
Hold on, that is FN 4. That's going to be... Okay, got it.
and then that's my bonus action.
And the birds, too.
You got the other birds.
Oh, so then all... Okay. Do you want to just
1.
name them again? Because it's... I can just tell
so
you.
they can only...
So the bird is 1.
Miss.
5.
Miss.
3.
That's going to hit. And that is going to be... Okay. Got it.
9.
9, that's going to hit.
10.
9 is going to be... Okay. 10. That's going to hit.
And 4.
And then 4. That's going to hit. Okay.
And then I'm just going to make attack against FN 7.
Okay, sounds good.
6 plus 10 is 16.
16
or
hits.
11? I don't really remember. Yeah, so 16.
Is that a really high saxophone or is that a trumpet? It's a saxophone, right?
Clarinet.
At the end there? Or maybe
Sounds like a
it's
trumpet to me, but I'm not sure.
Oh, it could be a trumpet.
17 plus 6.
Fire
17.
at 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
17 plus 6 is 23, plus 6 is 29. Plus 7 is 36. Plus 6 is 42 points of damage to FN7.
42 points of damage. Your blade slides in and blood splurts up. It's this thick orange blood. As the flames of Edward's final chapter slides in, it does not seem to be affecting this newt at all. But your blade, it just cuts him down.
Do you want me to next time roll the last 2 for Edward's separately?
You would have killed him regardless. It was
from moving forward?
Yes.
Okay, I usually roll it last
They're
time.
immune to fire.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright, then I won't even roll it.
For the Firebirds, I might make a difference.
Okay.
That's
it, that's my turn.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Cool. He's dead. As they all are wounded, as you see Vanders running through, almost dancing as he's deflecting these attacks. Okay, with that, it's Daniel's turn.
Alright, I'm going to
Me
bonus
too.
action,
Me too.
transfer my Hunter's Mark here, and then I'm going to volley from this point, so hitting these 3.
Okay. AC's 14.
Oops. Oh, man. So 1 misses. That sucks.
Jeez. It's hard for you to do.
2 miss. I got 2 natural ones.
Wow. No way. Add him to the dice, though.
Throw him in the
Holy
bones.
shit.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright. So the first one hit. And that will be... He doesn't have... The rider doesn't have damage, right? GS 11?
He's
It's
dead.
the bird.
The bird.
Bird 11?
Yes, the bird, yeah.
The birds are the big ones.
Bird
The
11
riders-
is not damaged.
Not damaged, okay. So that is 7
Sounds like
8 is
Minecraft
15
game.
damage.
15 points of damage. The arrows fly in. As it stumbles a little bit, it is still going, though.
I suppose it is. I'm gonna be like, oh shit! 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay.
Done.
Dilby, you're up.
Dilby?
Digby.
Sorry, I'm adding our
Fine.
snake guys.
Digby,
I am
Digby.
going to...
Probably
give
golden
me-
bones after this. Oh, can we still do that?
To get the random spell?
Yeah.
We can.
Okay, yeah, we should do that.
Once every 7 days.
We've been traveling for weeks.
I'm going to move...
I never used it last time.
Me neither.
And I'm going to look at FN2, and I'm going to hurl an Eldritch Blast at him.
Okay.
And that would be 24 to hit.
Okay, hits.
12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. He's still alive as the
So the next one goes in, and that's 18 to hit.
Hits.
And that's 7.
He's barely hanging on.
And the next one is a 16 to hit.
Hits.
And that's 12.
12. This last
12
one
damage.
hits it as it falls off the mount. Dead. Okay. With that, it is going to... We're going to get... All of the birds are going to... 2 are going to chase after Annulan 50 feet.
These two?
That one, and then the other one. Those 5 are going to swarm Eurodeck.
Shit.
They should be able to fan out to get you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then the other one should be able to swarm Vandrus. And then the other 4 are going to swarm Vandrus. Okay.
Move around too if he needs to. Yeah.
How many can hit you, Rodak?
He can't even get here, so I think he was what here? 1.5.
He's right here.
So 1.5.
Now I'm in a pickle.
1.5.
I'm
2, 3, 4.5. 5, 6.5. That's as far
What's
as
your
we
AC,
can
Rodak?
get. 22.
Hit. 2 misses. 3 hits.
Jeez.
Lucky rolls. Wow, these aren't lucky. Holy fuck. 5, 6. 18 points of piercing damage. And then...
For how many hits?
What?
For how many hits?
3. Disadvantage on Vandrus with an AC of
18.
Miss. 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 And then last one. 18. That is going to hit.
Damn.
That is going to deal
I'll uncanny dodge it.
12 points of piercing damage as it pierces in. And then we're going to see if what we're going to get a hit on attack on Annulin. That's going to miss. And then the other two are going to glob you, Annulin, as 2 dexterity saving throws, please.
Globulanulin. Globulator.
16 and 19.
They both pass, so you're going to take half of this. 12, 16, 21, half of 21 points of damage. Okay. With that, it is, Rodak's turn.
I will... Which ones look weaker?
They both seem to be similar, honestly.
Okay, I'm going to power attack bird 1.
Ooh, the birds.
20 or 19 today, or
Okay.
19.
Hits.
So I'm just going to do that first. Roll that. 5. 21 damage.
21 damage. He's barely hanging on as you cleave with such force it almost stumbles forward.
I will power attack number 9.
Okay.
That hits.
Number 9 is damaged.
25 damage?
25 to hit? Yep.
No, 25 damage.
Oh, you hack its head off and lets it
So the
and
rider
stumbles, and he
falls.
needs to make. He failed his dexterity saving throw, so he's prone
Okay.
as he falls to the ground.
You
This
got one?
guy's there.
Okay.
So I will power attack number 3.
Okay. The bird or the guy?
That hits. The bird. These are all birds. Roll that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 25 damage.
25 damage. Once again, you hacked this one's head off.
Oh. Wait, did they all attack me?
Yeah, well, they were able to fan out and get around you.
Okay, so they were all here.
Yeah.
He would just be like there instead. It's fine. It's fine.
So I kill him. 3 falls.
He's also prone.
Okay. I'm gonna power attack number. Wait, that's 9.
You said 3. Yeah.
Was that 3 or 9 that I just killed?
You said 3 when you said you power attack.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll now power attack number 9.
Okay.
To
The bird.
that miss. Wait, I don't even.
14 AC.
That was a bonus action
Yeah.
too. So I did that. That was a bonus action to attack because I killed something,
Okay.
and I missed. So
Okay. That's your turn. You're
Oh, and I'm going to shield the faith myself.
okay. You
No,
hear the
no,
clang
no,
of hammer
no,
and
can't do
anvil,
that.
and you
Can't do
feel
that.
the shield around
He
you.
lied. He's not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
I can't do that.
And with that, we're gonna get all of them are gonna stand up, and we're gonna get 5 attacks, or no, I guess 10 attacks on Rodak.
He can scamper in here. Right?
Yeah, he should be able to. Or he can get over to Annulin, right?
No!
What's his movement speed?
Not enough!
60 or 30.
Yeah,
No.
30's
No, he
not
can't.
gonna.
30.
30's close.
Bring him on in here.
So, 10 attacks or just 5? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting 6. There's a little
Yeah,
bit,
so,
right?
so 12 attacks.
Oh, because it's... Oh,
Big
okay,
double
I
attack.
understand.
Your
I
AC
understand.
22.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. 1 hit. Miss. 3 hits.
Oh, poop.
4 hits. So,
So minus 12.
Jesus. 9, 10. 14 points of slashing damage.
So 2 damage.
I hate this. And then 2 are going to attack Vandris, but you...
No disadvantage and no reaction, so I'm taking everything here.
The lowest is a 19.
That's not good.
They all hit.
Yeah. So that is going to be 2, 5, 9. 9 plus 4 is
13.
30 points of slashing damage.
All right, that's
And
all
then that's it. Okay. With that, it is Vanish's turn.
If I disengage, do I take no opportunity attacks from anybody around me? Okay, then I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay. It's difficult terrain.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
It's difficult terrain.
Yeah, so you got
Ah, shit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's bad. That's very bad. What are
Do
the
they all
rules?
have their reactions back?
What are the rules about going through, like...
you are not able to pass without enemies, right?
Unless they are 2 sizes bigger than you or you're a halfling. I believe.
Yeah, that's not good.
Right? Try, but...
That's the way it works, because you can't walk under them.
10, 15, 25, 30. Yeah, this is just not going to be good for me.
Wait, how many have gone since you did your
That's what I'm
bebop?
saying. I have no idea. Well,
Oh, they all have gone
They all
since you're
have
going
gone.
again.
right. Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can take like 400 opportunity attacks. I have to disengage 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I can just attack this guy.
Okay.
14.
Hits.
That's actually pretty good. That's going to be 22 points of damage.
To number whom?
Great Strider 7.
Great Shredder 7. As you slide in, it looks as if, as soon as the flames hit, as if this had wounds, it actually would be able to heal it. However, your blade is so sharp, it just barely enough stabs through its chest and killing it instantly.
7, right?
Yep.
Lucky me.
Aelin, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna reach into my quiver and pull out a fistful of arrows and a few arrows
Ooh,
more.
good film.
And then I'm gonna just launch into the air and volley around Rodek.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
14 is the AC for all of them.
Okay. Oh, as a bonus action, I'm gonna transfer my mark to, let's say, that bird.
Okay.
Bird number 1.
Okay. Aelin fires her arrow with this huge volley.
Do you want me to go around and see what hits and then do damage, or how do you? What's the easiest
Yes. Yeah, let's do that.
way? Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 first. Natural 1. Shit.
Wow.
I'm rolling a lot of this. And what would you said? 14 to hit.
14 to hit.
Okay, so that's 1. Misses, 1 hits.
On which? So you just, yeah, I would roll.
Yeah, I should have rolled that. I'll say just I missed my hunter's mark, but
Yeah.
I'll hit the rider.
Okay.
To be fair. I'm gonna roll.
We'll just
is
say
that 12?
We'll do
Just
little
go in
guy
order.
12.
15, that
Yep.
hits.
Big guy chicken.
Big guy chicken. Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay. Small guy 5. Small guy 5.
Hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Small guy 9.
That hits.
Hits.
Big guy 9.
hits.
hits.
Small guy 3.
Hits.
Small guy 9.
Hits.
There's
so
2
the-
9s now.
the only-
whatever.
The only miss
miss
is
was the
the
hunter's
hunter's mark. And then a
Yes.
crit on the
Okay.
big one. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
Wow. All right. That's
So
pretty good.
Newt. So just tell me the number of the Newt, and I'll mark it
Okay,
down.
Newt number 1 is 14 damage.
Which actual number is it? Is it 1?
Newt 1, yes.
Okay. Newt 1 was barely hanging on. This one finishes the job as it kills it.
Newt 12 takes 10 damage.
12. 10 damage. Okay. Fires in. He's still going.
New 5.
Is that a 5? 13 damage.
13 damage to number 5.
Yep.
He's uninjured as it pierces his armor. No, he's alive.
He's alive. He's
Oh, sorry.
uninjured. Yeah. Then crit on Great Strider 5.
Great Strider 5 takes 16, 21 damage.
21 damage is enough. It pierces through its head.
Nice.
Does he have a rider?
Yes.
That's
Okay.
the Newt 5.
He's not prone, so he stands.
All right.
Okay, Newt 9 takes 16 damage.
Newt 9 takes 16 damage. Okay.
Rider 9 takes 14 damage.
Newt 9 is dead. Rider 9 is what? What is it?
14 damage.
9, 14. Okay.
Newt 3 takes 10 damage.
Newt 3 takes
Is that
10.
another 9? Or is that a 1?
That's
It's
13.
Great question.
Okay.
I think that's a 9 too.
We have a second Newt 9.
I think we had 2 Newt 7s,
We had 2 Newt 7s.
and then one of the Newt 7s became a Newt 9.
it's alright.
Or is it a Newt 1?
It might be Newt 1.
I mean, that's very clearly a 9.
Did we kill Newt 1 though?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Newt
yeah,
7 or
yeah,
something.
he's dead. He's, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
he's a 7 and the 1 probably. That's you're probably
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
of those was probably a 1.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
NBD.
So he takes 12.
He seems-
12,
I'm
that's
sorry,
enough.
14.
That's enough.
14.
He's dead. As it pierces
Yeah,
in.
we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Okay. So
Okay.
you're up.
I am?
Yeah.
So... There we go. I'm dropping my rain of frogs. I'm gonna move forward 5, 10, 15, 25. As frogs start to fly out of this. Fall out of this guy.
Okay.
So they-
remind me how that works.
They all have to roll 20 Constitution saving throw. Everyone that's in there. Or they take my damage.
And you can probably get these two guys on it too. There you go.
Yeah.
And us too, right?
No, I can avoid anything.
As long as it's Dex, I'm okay with it.
She
Yeah.
can avoid you. It doesn't mean she's going to.
You got the That one almost passed. They all fail.
They all take 14 points of damage.
Okay, can we get numbers?
Yes. Big Chicken 1.
Big Chicken 1.
Big Chicken 2.
Big Chicken 2.
Big
Big
Chicken
Chicken 1
4.
is dead as the toad just fly over him. As you hear the clouds open up and you hear rather than a crackle of thunder, you hear a loud crow like, and just the sky opens up and frogs and toads and it's hideous. Somehow you aren't all affected. Okay, continue.
Big Chicken 2.
Big Chicken 2, 14. Okay, that was uninjured as the
Big
frogs.
Chicken 4.
Big Chicken 4 is 10. How much? 14?
14.
14.
Big Chicken, he's fucking dead. As he's the poison.
Big
is
Chicken
sticking.
10.
Big Chicken 10.
Jeez.
14, he's fucking dead. Who else?
No,
Big Chicken 9.
Big Chicken 9, he's fucking dead.
So Riders, it probably doesn't matter, but Riders 10 and 4 need to make dex saves.
I rolled for everybody. Oh, that's right.
Oh.
they fell
They
off
both
the
passed, they both
riders.
passed.
Okay.
Okay, so now Newt 12,
Newt 12 is 14. That's enough. Barely enough.
Newt 5,
Newt 5. He's dead.
Jesus, Newt 10,
Newt 10.
Cleanup crew.
He's dead.
Newt 3,
Leave it to the
He's
ladies.
dead.
and Newt 4.
14.
4. 14 points of damage to 4.
Barely hanging on.
Wow.
Great, so as a bonus action, I'm gonna move it. Sorry.
Careful, I was right.
Did they die?
So that gets one more
because of
guy.
being pelted by frogs?
Huh?
That's one more guy. It gets because they already got hit by it, right?
No, they didn't.
Not Big Chicken 2 and 8.
Oh, so
Yeah,
Big
this
Chicken-
guy did. These guys did not.
Okay. Both of them fail.
So take 14 still?
Or is it a new
It'd
roll?
be a new roll.
Oh, I guess it'd be a new roll.
It'd be a new roll.
Dreamcoast, yes, this is 5e D&D. We're just doing a little bit of combat to round
15.
out the night.
Big Chicken whom?
8 and 2 for 15.
8 had not been damaged, but 2 is fucking dead. So the toads are just spilling down. Poison is coating all of it. Like, as you hear these ribbit and croaking, it's a horrific sight. As most of them just fall down dead from this. Okay.
Does this cause difficult terrain? I know
Yes,
I'm in it, but
it
this
does.
also. But would that affect me as well?
No, it avoids you
Okay,
because I can
alright,
choose
cool.
who it affects.
So then, there's like a you're like parting the
It's
frogs
like you,
for
yeah, I'm
the-
Frog
like parting.
Moses.
Yes, I'm Frog
Frog
Moses.
Moses.
Okay. With that, Monsters 1 is the birds.
They start their turn in it, so he has to make another saving
That's
throw.
right. That's your natural 20.
Oh.
So he takes half.
Is it enough?
What number is he?
8.
19 points of damage.
He's still fucking dead. As the toads obliterate him.
Oh look, he's the back of him, he's a little bear.
Oh
no! Shouldn't have given this to me, Mike.
Yeah.
It's once a week.
I know.
With that, it is
And it's just great that I go immediately before them, so...
It's going to run up to Annulin, path of least resistance. And we're going to get 2 attacks, 2 beak attacks.
Two boys.
One's going to miss, but one is going to hit.
No!
That's going to be 8 points of piercing damage. And with that, it is Rodik's turn.
Seeing that this guy's clearly fucked. 3, 6, 8, 9. Not 8, 9, 10. I'll stand there. I'll do power attack against
All the attacks.
8, 13. I'm going to get a precision attack to force it to hit. There we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 23 damage.
To number whom?
6.
Number 6, that kills Big Chicken from full to dead.
Goodbye.
Second attack on that hits. Power attack, of course. Reroll that bad boy. 9, 25 damage.
25 damage to number 9.
Number 11.
11, that's enough.
Gone.
Nice.
As
Thanks, Rodik.
both of these lizard birds are trotting forward, cuts both of them down, and they crumple down. With that, it is whatchamacallit's
to
turn.
make a save.
Yeah, he gets a 6.
Oh, I can have one.
Keep going.
Go there.
13 points of damage.
To number
4. Fire Newt 4. It's the only guy left.
Oh yeah, he's fucking dead. Yeah. And after just completely AoEing the living shit out of these guys, combat
You see the
and
cooldowns, but
Thank
Hey.
you, Plague of the Mercantile.
It's like the only time that I can
Yeah.
use my thing is
Yeah.
with groups of people, so it's like,
well,
might as
how
well use
often
it.
That
are
was
there like
fucking
tons
awesome.
of mounted?
Not very.
Like, that's the best scenario possible. For
Yeah, yep.
That was great.
We
And
need
that.
to fight
I
giant
clumped them all up
hordes
for
of
both of
enemies.
you. I was really
I'm sure you did.
I need to play. No, I mean I was doing some constantly because I'm an idiot because I don't play good. I don't play good. I don't play good. What am I? Okay. Quiet falls over the battlefield. The smoldering embers all around you starting to dissipate from the horrible fire breath of both these fire newts and the striders. As you see all of their corpses, as their eyes almost look wild with devotion and adoration, wild with hatred towards you, even in death. As you are left alone with the remnants of your battle. The frogs are still falling down for a bit more.
I'm gonna run and grab old Goldbeard, Halgrim, Grim.
They went down to the basement, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it safe yet?
Come out! They're all dead.
Aye.
So I'll take him over. Halgrim, what are these things?
Aye, you all did all this. That was quick.
They came up so quick.
I told you, old man, they beat me, and I was huge. I got it.
These are fire newts.
Thank you, Nevnerd, for the follow.
Oh, thanks for the
Never
follow.
mind.
Why our volume's not popping
It's
off.
not
but
ba-ding-dinging for
Hitting
us.
popping off.
anything popping off the top of his esophagus.
These are fire
What?
newts. These are the worshippers. Fire, the worshippers of the Hydra.
Toads are still falling around all of us. Just
Yeah.
So you know.
And there's riveting, and Orpheus kind of steps forward. He's not seen you do this. Like, oh, you weren't kidding about the whole hag thing. Oh, it makes sense. It makes
You can
sense.
shut up, Orpheus. What were you saying, dwarf?
These are fire newts.
Fire needs.
They're worshippers of the beast.
So does that mean he's nearby? The beast?
Must be.
They follow in his wake. Pet through the survivors, hoping to find an additional meal.
Are they supposed to be like really, really difficult and challenging?
I don't think so. I mean, they have raided many villages.
Okay, good, because we
Like
pretty much
savages.
sneezed them to death.
We don't mess around. As I was saying before, we have yet to find something that could really kill us.
But now I think
Do
I need
alright.
7 days to relax.
It's a big ask.
I've got to collect more frogs.
I could use some rest.
That's
And I open my pack and there's some frogs in there.
That's why they cool down 7 days for Sylvie. She just spends 7 days finding every frog.
She's just yeeting frogs across the battlefield.
During her watch, she's not actually watching. She's in the forest collecting frogs.
Yeah.
The frogs. It's no longer called Plague of the Mercantile. It's a yeeting of frogs. A yeet for frogs. And so you, he says, "Aye." His eyes are widening as he looks at the utter devastation. You all handled 12 Newt Riders like that? 4 of you.
Just another day that ends in
I
Y.
told you
Yeah.
you've killed a lot worse.
I didn't even have Ray Pixie on me.
To be fair, we were just kind of warming up. I feel good.
Did you see me run in there all by myself and then went poof? Never done that before.
I've never seen magic like that before.
I know.
There may be hope for Magnir yet.
Bitches. I've got a big ball of my hand like this. And my back itches kind of like this.
And when I do that, I like spurt prestidigitation out of my hand.
Oh, oops, sorry.
You
Got a hair
accidentally yeeted
trigger.
a frog there, Sylvie. I think
Oh
he's
no.
over there.
Get in there! I'm gonna need you.
There may be hope for Magnir yet.
If there's anything we can do to help, we're happy to do it.
Hope is in we kill.
Torgrad.
Oh, speaking of kill, if we wait 7 days, he's gonna croak.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Oh, is that a good one?
I appreciate it.
That was
Okay,
fine.
cool.
That was fine.
It was relevant because of the croaking.
Topical, even.
Yes.
Oh no, I just meant he was gonna die, because it's another word for death.
Oh.
Well, I say.
We go to bed.
What time is it?
It's
Early
probably
morning.
I was saying, I thought it was still pretty much midday.
Yeah, it was midday. It was midday.
We hadn't been traveling that long, I didn't think.
It's midday, yeah.
No, we should continue on. We can't be that far behind.
Oh, yeah, so next time I call you on the Rocky Talkie and I tell you that there are people on, like, lizard piccolos, maybe listen to me next time, you dumb dwarf.
You said there was a lizard on
Thank
Piccolo!
you, Vandritz, for showing up as quickly as you did.
Well, I must admit it was Annulin who urged me to go make sure that Piccolo wasn't on fire.
Yeah, I thought
Well,
maybe
thank
the
you,
fluffy
Annulin.
feathers at the bottom caught.
No, I put those out first.
Piccolo's very lucky to have.
We were in the presence of corpses, and I thought you were making a joke. I'm
Why
sorry
would
I
I
didn't
make a
take you
joke about
seriously.
corpses? I didn't even know there were corpses in there. I wasn't even downstairs. How was I even supposed to know that there were corpses to make a joke about it? And if I had been down there, I probably would have made a joke, yeah. But I wasn't down there, so I had no way of knowing.
I didn't mean about the corpses, but it was a somber moment, and then in my ear I heard you making a joke. So-
But I wasn't making a joke.
I thought you were, and I'm sorry that I...
Do you want to hear a joke?
Yeah, yes.
Why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
Why?
Because it slipped on the branch.
Logical.
Oh, hey, that was good. That was...
Well,
I
you're
can
supposed
see-
to laugh at a joke.
Hey, good one.
Okay, cool.
Anders'
I
vacant smile.
So, let's not waste any time. There are no survivors here. But
Should
I
we
know I
check in that
told you
basement?
that.
Pull him out of there?
I mean,
No point.
there's no point.
Perhaps we can get to Magnir.
I'm assuming there's nothing to loot down there.
Whoa, okay.
We're not looting anything.
Lord.
You can roll an
Food and
investigation
stuff.
check.
The sooner we get to Magnir, the sooner we can refuel,
It's okay.
restock, and then we can take on this beast.
I want to like look towards the direction we saw them running from. Like on the map, what direction did they come from? Down from the mountains?
Sorry, that map.
So
Yes, I'm aware
yeah,
on
let's do.
random
Well, I
squares.
thought maybe Louise forgot, or Toodles forgot.
So you all are around here, and so like a big swath, like right around here, is like all burned out, and so
You're burned out.
you see that that there seems to be
attack.
a bit of the path seems to go in this direction, and they were coming from basically flanking you from the path, as if they had hung back.
Oh, so we're pretty close to Magna. Okay.
Yes, you are approaching there. You're almost there.
Tight.
So basically, they were kind of both following behind Torgrod.
At this point, yeah. But you see Halgrim point out that I smell that. The stench. And he steps down, or he kneels down and roots through, and he pulls out a strange vial from the newt. One of the newts says, "This is the scent of the pyrohydra. That's why it doesn't eat them immediately. They cover themselves in it and worship."
That's pretty clever, I must admit.
Could we use this?
Wait, what is it exactly?
It's this musk of the pyrohydra.
Like musk from the beast itself?
Aye.
Oh my god. It's a deodorant.
I go, well, perhaps there's also some kind of communication on a map or something on them. Let's look around.
Make an investigation check. Whoever would like to do it.
To help me.
Oh yeah, I'll help.
I think I got a 20.
I got a 4.
I got a 20.
20. You find 37 pieces of gold total.
You got it, Silbo.
And you find basically a vial of this.
You said 37 or 38?
37. This strange odor. And on one of them, you find at the head a carving. It seems to be made of this black pumice, porous material of a creature, crudely carved, but you can see an attempt. 7 elongated heads, spines down each neck, a huge muscular tail, 4 massive limbs, and you see a good number of manacles, chains on each of these persons. And that's basically the extent other beyond just bits and pieces of their armor, their blackened scimitars, and their riding materials.
When you say manacles, you mean like they had them to use, or they had them like
to use.
worn? Okay.
Yeah.
Are these folks slavers as well?
Slavers imply a business. These capture survivors and bring them as sacrifices, offerings to Torgrod. Whether he eats them or incinerates them, or both, I don't know. But I know it's a terrible fate.
Well, let's not waste time.
If we can press on to the city, we can at least do some scouting and maybe make some sort of, plan for attack here.
Which is closer, the beast itself or the city?
I do not know. Magnir is just between those mountains right there. We're not too far. But if you're trying to make peace with the dwarves, you may be able to get a blessing. Make a deal.
Then you're right. Let's go to the city first.
I mean, there's nothing saying that it won't just cross our path anyway, but my thought process is that at least where we refuel and we restock, we'll be ready. We've been out on the road for a very long time.
I just hate to, in the meantime, let another village fall like this one.
I agree, and if you want, we can try to seek out the beast, but who knows how long we might spend tracking it.
I could fly up in the air and see where it's at. A beast like that can't hide.
And again,
I wear a croaker out and they see you.
Then I will go invisible, and I will use major illusion to make myself sound like Rodak, and they'll fly behind him, and then I'll lead them directly to him, and then I'll fly away.
Well, most of that sounds good.
I suppose you could go take a look.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Get on my broom when I fly up into the air.
Okay.
And
So
I just want to scout the land and see if I can see where the Hydra is stomping through
so you mount your broom and you take off into the air and you fly
I'm
higher.
going to cast invisibility on myself before I fly.
You do that. I will need
Good
a
call.
persuasion check for you.
Persuasion.
Persuasion. Perception.
I
I've
was
done it a few
like,
times
what?
today.
I'm like
It's been a long
persuading
week.
my
It's been a long
broom.
week. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long
only
week.
one day here.
28.
28. Okay.
Ooh.
So you fly up
19.
into
Natural
the air and you see the swath of destruction. As you take the broom and you fly further, you see Sylvie get smaller and smaller and disappear as she flies through the cloud cover. Sylvie, you see a ton of the Smolder Peak Valley all around you, but your focus is pulled directly towards the path of destruction. And you see as the remnants of this recent devastation dissipates, you see that almost towards the top of a shorter mountain, you see that there's a patch of huge pools of water. Huge clouds of steam rising. And you see bits of movement around these pools. And in the center is a massive, which you now could probably deduce to be hot springs.
Ooh.
And through the steam, it's really hard to see. You see the slight movement, flash of orange scale, and you hear a deafening, cacophonous roar of almost 7 roars simultaneously. And then it settles.
I'm gonna fly back down.
Well, I saw him where he is.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw him, but we can't go over there now.
Why not?
'Cause he's having a bath.
So he's not marching towards an untouched village.
No, he was in a bath. Like a big old hot springs, and he roared in happiness and joy.
Halgrim, you said that he attacks and then he goes to rest. How long between these attacks?
It varies. Sometimes we've had months of prosperity, other times only days. Seems chaotic, wild, like the fire he's made of.
Yeah, there were no bubbles, so he's not doing it right, but he was trying.
Well, I think Vandris is right.
I mean, I don't want to risk innocent lives. I just, if we're not,
You're welcome,
if
Mike.
we're not ready to dive right in and try to fight this, we could be putting our own health at risk.
How would you like it if a band of 4 people swooped down on you when you was in the bath, and they just whacked you in the head? Or 7 of them if you had them.
Getting whacked in the back.
Right? I've never personally been whacked in the bath, but if I was to be, I would not be pleased.
Well, if these dwarves are as cowardly as you say, Perhaps we could gain favor if we can make a deal and then go slay it.
I don't want to kill it. It looks really cute.
Look at the devastation!
I didn't see it do
Innocent
that.
lives, who knows how many?
Just because this dwarf says that creature did it, I don't have any proof of that. But I do have proof that those salamander riders were at least pretending to be that thing by putting its stink on them, and they were coming
And
to
carving
collect
this!
things.
I hold up the little. It was a statue.
Yeah, but what if they're trying? What if they're trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Frame him. What if he's just trying to take a good old bath and they're just trying to frame him?
Aye, I've seen it with my own eyes. I barely
What did he look
survived.
like? How many heads did he have?
7 heads,
Oh, he knows that.
14 eyes,
Yeah,
scales,
he did.
horrible orange.
Well, it was like a reddish orange, yeah. But I mean,
Eyes
fine.
and somewhat of an orange red.
Yeah, well, you know. Gnome eyes versus dwarf eyes. We see colors differently.
I briefly believed it was Moradin that kept me alive. It's payment for turning my back on him, so that I may live while my whole village died.
Are you the only survivor?
I know of.
Can you not listen for 1 second? What if he killed all the people in his village?
No! Look! We saw the footprint! The statue! The scent glands, the flasks!
Yeah, what if he's trying to frame this thing?
No, why would he frame a horrific giant beast?
Because he was Golden Beard, and what if that's a symbol of Firebeard? What if he's some horrific fire creature disguised as a dwarf?
I get the feeling that this creature doesn't need framing. It's just doing this on its own.
That's definitely possible, but I don't really trust this dwarf.
Well,
And it's-
either way, let's go to Magnir. We're not going to go kill the little dragon guy.
We'll get more
He's
information.
big!
While he's taking a bath.
Okay.
Let's go to Magnir and we'll talk to them and
Do you
we'll see.
think that they have bubbles in Magnir? Because I think that in case this guy is framing him, that we should bring a big vat of bubbles and we should show him how to take a real bath.
They might, and the only way to find out is to go to Magnia.
To Magnir! You can listen again, by the way. We're done talking.
I've been listening the whole time.
Well, then, see, I told you we couldn't trust him!
Torgrod is death incarnate.
That is not very nice to listen when someone tells you not to. It's very untrustworthy of you. How can we believe anything that you say?
I was standing right here.
But I asked you kindly not to listen.
You're speaking all very loudly.
So?
I know what Torgrod is possible of. I know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've seen with my own eyes. You all have seen. And I believe that maybe if Torgrod can be slain, we can wake up the cowards in the mountain.
The mountains are alive?
I hope not. But the mountains by Svarog may as well be. I believe 'twere she that sent him,
Who?
the Forge Master,
Who's that?
And Ziri.
the Ifrita
Aye.
that runs the forge.
Aye.
Oh. She has my mom captive. It's Annulin's mom, too. She's Annulin's mom first. She's mostly Annulin's
She has
mom.
many captive.
Now, this may sound like a crazy question, but just bear with me here for a moment. I've heard of a Hydra before, but never really one that's on fire. Is that even natural to this plane?
It's a fire hydrant.
Is that something that she would have brought back from the elemental plane of fire?
Whatever Torgrod is, I bet on me beard. That's from where she came from. Years ago when she was The giants of Svarog were raiding more villages,
Spit when he says it.
causing...
And he spits in the same spot.
raiding more of our mines, encroaching more. Generals were finally willing to do something. And then Torgrod arrived, like an inferno descending upon our valley. And so, we dwarves hid. No longer a threat.
Well,
Cowardly in our mountain.
perhaps this is enough of a threat where we need the help of Magnir. Either way, we know where we're going. So let's not waste any more daylight.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It'll be all right, lad. I'm gonna give Ramby a scratch and feed him a carrot or an apple or something.
Do most stores have pet goats?
I know, not goats.
Oh,
We use musk oxen.
that's pretty cool.
Hey, they are nasty. Nastier than this one.
Rodak or the goat?
I'm getting up on the wagon seat.
Okay.
Let's go home.
And you all make your way onto your various mounts and continue on your way as you're riding off. Orpheus says, "Oh, thank goodness! I thought that we were going to go fight the Hydra right now."
I thought about it, but then I saw what he was doing, and my heart just got real big, and I don't want to kill him now.
Well, maybe you'll change your mind.
Yeah, maybe, but it's really hard to want to kill something when it's naked and splashing.
I want to ride up next to Orpheus, and I assume you do this on a line the same you would as a horse, but
Of course. Sure.
It's World of Warcraft.
Yeah. I saw what you did.
What did I do? It wasn't me. It was Vandris.
It was you. You did something kind of heroic.
Did I?
A little bit.
What was it?
You grabbed Halgrim and...
Well, he would.
Halgrim?
Halgrim.
Halgrim.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't. Even
Yeah,
think about
I've been
that.
like,
yeah, I
oh.
did not think about that. I apologize.
Halgrim.
Oh, it's a subconscious influence. Thank you.
You grabbed him when you saw them coming. You took him down to safety.
I mean, look how pathetic and old he is. He'd die instantly in combat. He wouldn't stand for. He'd die quicker than I would.
Well, you're right, but
How pathetic and old
I gotta look to see if he can hear us.
You guys wanted to kill Orpheus.
I did. I still kind of do.
All of a sudden, while this is happening, a rapier just comes.
Finally, I feel so much better now. Wiping the blood off my
Can you
blade.
get the beats, Phil, Rich?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I think there might be, more time to judge you.
Well, if that was heroic, we should probably tell the rest, and maybe embellish it a little bit.
Oh, how do you want to
Going back
embellish it?
down.
How do you want to embellish it?
Because I'm still right there next to him.
I mean, yes, the old pathetic dwarf. I saved your life.
Oh, let's say.
Just be like, never mind. Huff off on my line.
I know. Let's say he was a king.
The dwarf.
Yes.
Yeah, you saved a king's life.
Are you a king? Maybe in a past life? Do you believe in that sort of thing?
Why are you talking to nobody? The dwarf isn't here. He's back there with Rodak.
Oh, I am.
You are so confused.
There's a lot of NPCs.
Yeah.
NPCs.
Just shut up and ride. Anyone was trying to be nice to you.
Well, I thought I was nice. I saved the old dwarf's life. Well, I think we're going to have a wonderful journey, ladies and gentlemen.
Babies and gentlemen.
And, well, hopefully there's no babies where we're going.
No, they would all
I'm very
die.
uncomfortable. That's not where I was going with that. I just don't like. It's like a ooh, like a weird ooh. I don't like them very much.
Like a hard ooh
Yes,
or
it's
soft ooh.
Did you have horns as a baby?
Little ones, yes.
And they grew as you grew?
Yes. It's like anything else.
Do you have a penis like Frank, your horse? Is it purple like you are?
The penis?
Sylvie, I'm going to leave that to mystery. And to the bards that one day sing of our tales.
Did it fall off when you lost your hair?
Always leave them wanting more.
Exactly. They'll be all of my fan club when I die. Horrible death and get eaten by a hydra without ever seeing another plane of existence. At least they'll sing of me and whatever we leave up to the imagination.
Okay. Well, if you die, I'm going to cut a hole out of your rope so that everyone can see it, just in case it's little.
Can we just rinse this man? Holy shit.
Huh. Yeah.
I'm hoping
Well,
It would be an honor, Sylvie.
I forcibly hear no.
Don't worry, it isn't. Hi ho, Frederick!
Okay.
And you continue on. And you eventually make your way. You travel for about 3 more days. And as you are getting closer and closer, the devastation of Torgrad is behind you. However, as you see up ahead of you, this forest that was surrounding Magnir, you believed, there are patches off, miles and miles and miles away. Some totally blackened and charred, others regrowing from the destruction. And as you get closer, the hilltops start to get a little bit more sparse, and you see small villages, farms, barley being grown, muskoxen being raised, and dwarven villages that seem to be closer and closer to Magnir, seemingly undisturbed by the Hydra so far. And as you make your way through the hills, it gets more and more winding as the elevation gets higher and higher. The massive mountains are now looming directly above you as you see the whitecaps, which at this time of year, you're approaching spring. It's still winter. It should be far, far snowier, but just this volcanic activity seems to keep everything at a much warmer temperature. Let me pull up some music.
Oh, baby.
And as you make your way through the ravine, you turn a corner, and the road widens. And at this point, Halgren is walking alongside everyone. He says, "Aye, we're almost close." And as you turn, and the pathway angles upward. Thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you, Thank you for the follow. Welcome to our family.
You see the mountain. And how could it be any other mountain? It is Magnir, a colossal mountain peaking far above every other peak that flanks it. And you see built into this rocky cliff face huge stone structures, towers, for miles on either side of this long, winding pathway that goes upward. You hear the rattling of carts, the roaring of beasts of burden, as you see dwarves walking up and down this path, giving you strange looks at the ragtag band, as especially keep lingering on the 2 elves and the gnome, and especially the tiefling. However, they see the 2 dwarves, and you see up ahead a massive gate, the main entrance to the city. And Roderick, you've seen the symbol that's emblazoned on this massive, massive gate that is dozens of maybe 100+ feet high into the air. You've seen this sigil. It is the symbol of Morden on a massive gate that the gates of the city sit behind a cliff looking over the entire valley. And as you get closer and closer, you see turrets and ramparts as guards with heavy crossbows. Dozens, maybe hundreds, all stand in attention. As you all approach, you see that there is commotion as the guards seem to be shouting out, and you see one point at you as you hear the rushing and marching of footsteps. As Halgrim, however, approaches, he holds up that same sigil that he showed to you, Rodak, and he holds it high, and he just looks up and looks back down, and with that, the massive gates do not open, but you see two tiny doors on either side. And you hear, tiny relatively, still large, as you hear the clattering and galloping of hooves, as a regiment of 6 riders, dwarves, heavily armored, with huge axes and hammers, ride towards you on these shaggy beasts that look like almost like oxen, but also like sheep. These massive muskox that trundle and charge towards you, and there's one at the head, a gleaming helm, 2 large wings on either side, a massive red beard going down not just to his waist, but down around the side of the mounts. And as this group of 6 muskox riders all arrive at you, they then encircle you, their weapons drawn, and the one in charge with the huge winged helm looks down and says, "What's your purpose in Magnir?" And that's where we'll end the session.
I look up at him and I say,
This city is magnificent!
That's where we'll end.
And that's where we'll end the session.
Very cool. Hey, Balthazar, welcome.
Hey, good to see you
Hey,
back.
Good to
welcome.
see you back. Well, thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun.
Shut your mouth, Leafy. I wasn't sleeping. I was staring down, picturing it all in my head.
Thank you, Nikki.
Shoulda.
I feel like someone understands how because when I sit at the table,
I don't
never
look
look at the DM.
Yeah, I don't look at the
Never
DM.
look at the DM.
When you describe things, I like
that's
just kind of
crazy.
stare
Yeah.
down and
I
picture it.
Yes.
I literally just watched you
I
while
stare
you're
in
describing
your
things.
eyes, Mike.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
I do.
and I think that's fine too, but
Make awkward eye
Nikki and I have a
contact.
very
Yeah.
similar roleplay style where I'm sitting, I like look past it, like
Yeah.
I basically look straight ahead.
Mikey literally never looks at me.
Yep.
Ever.
Because I'm
Unless he's talking to me,
Right.
like as Gricko, he doesn't
Yeah.
look at me.
Right.
It's very much like this weird headspace that you get into. We can talk about that in Adventures and Chill. Well, anyways,
Cool.
thank you all.
I was literally focusing on Magnificent from the moment that you mentioned it. And I was like, this is gonna happen.
All for the lol.
What are any quick announcements that we have?
quick announcements.
It's gonna be a GexCon.
GexCon,
Budget
end of the
GexCon.
month. Chantilly, Virginia. the
yes, we are
Doll Sex
doing another
Business.
big giveaway at 2000. I know we're very far away, but tell your friends.
We'll get there eventually.
We'll
Yeah.
get there. It'll be a big one because it's the big 2K,
Ooh.
Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K.
What are our other announcements? I guess everyone. Oh, check out Tabletop Foundation's
Yes.
Kickstarter.
Heard of it.
Oh.
Yes. They're seeing one
Initiative. They have a great initiative tracker.
The Kickstarter is almost over, so if you
almost
want to get
over, so
in
make sure
on
you're
it, you
back
should
at-
do it now. You should.
Thank you guys. Who are we rating?
We're gonna rate Dice Priority.
Dice
Yeah.
Priority,
Yeah.
great friends.
Nikki
of
was
the
just in
stream.
an all turtle one shot that they did.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
They're friends of the channel, so go
We
give
love
them a
them.
follow.
We love them.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. Thanks for. So sorry you came in right at the end there,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Balthazar,
sorry.
but we'll
Check
be
out the pod.
streaming. Yeah,
Next
Tuesdays
week.
and Wednesdays. We're back next week.
Yeah,
so-
next week because I will be here. So next week, stay tuned for Prime.
Yep.
There's the Dwarven Kingdom of Magnia.
Yeah.
Which I am just
Good night, everybody.
excited for.
Good night.
Good night,
See you
guys.
later.
Love you.
Bye.